Then, where we ended up last time was immediately after we had gotten out of the Sentinel's Rest Tavern after stealing the box. You can see being opened in the picture I'm showing. Actually, um, you guys were immediately accosted by members of the Gilded Legion. Meshach, you allowed yourself to be restrained. Um, you had a encounter with Seamus, who said some interesting things to you before breaking your leg with his boot after a sharp exchange of words, in which he prophesied doom for all the city, which no one else heard, but presumably you shared. Um,
I did
you were you were dragged off um, under a guarded escort. Olvar among those guards, um, until that same mysterious sniper saved you yet again with a series of well-placed shots taking out your captors. And you guys were able to escape and rejoin your party back in Meshach's studio apartment.
We're breaking fire code, boys.
Yes, you guys definitely are. Uh, you guys were eventually able to bluff your way out of the lower part of the city. Jacob and Olvar still in their gilded, excuse me, yes, still in their Gilded Legion equipment. Were able to talk you guys through the cordon the Gilded Legion had set up. After Magnus had successfully stealthed his way out up to the other side over the rooftops. You guys eventually went and finally met with Kennedy, Kenneth Kennedy, in not in the city hall, but in a empty grain warehouse at the primary market square in the city, where you guys met who you initially assumed to be Zamora Baneblade, the woman who you had previously seen as seemingly Seamus's lover and bodyguard. Turned out, obviously, it was not her, as she had perished in the Sentinel's Rest Tavern, but was instead her twin sister, Silveris Baneblade. Uh, the two had clearly had a falling out in the past, but nonetheless, she was still saddened by the news of her sister's death. But needs to say, she is a tiefling archmage of a very well studied woman who was able to provide some rather enlightening information on what's really going on here in Waterdeep.
Is she pretty?
She looks exactly like Zamora Baneblade, so yeah, she is very, very attractive.
Options.
You can get your head out of the gutter, dude.
Let's see, where is... She was able to reveal the true nature of the box, explaining that it is both a vault and a key. A key, and that it was plane or travel to Avernus is very, very difficult right now. There's great interference, essentially, cutting the region off. You can get there, but it is not safe or reliable. And they said something about, I can't assure all your arms will be in the right place, were I to cast plane shift. But if you were to use this box, the riddle on it, once translated, indicates that you basically need to hold the box and jump into the pit where Helm's Hold once was. It is a vault in that it contains the original contract that Seamus signed with Zarya.
Mhm.
And upon reading, it basically said exactly what he has sworn eternal service to Zariel, the Lord of Avernus. And additionally, anyone sworn to Seamus's service, primarily that of the Gilded Legion, are also sworn to her service by extension.
Does that like work?
My soldiers follow orders. My soldiers.
Was that in the fine print that we missed?
It didn't need to be.
There is, I'm saying there's still things in the fine print you guys did not see, but that was in the contract you guys signed. Not this contract is much more simple. There's seemed to be very little deceit in this contract. He seemed to know what he was signing up for. We'll say. Needless to say, Olvar and Jacob took objection to this, and resolved the next day to go back and meet with Seamus and renounce their contract. They took the gold required in the essentially the buyout clause, several thousand gold. I believe 4,000 gold would be required to buy each of them out. And the next morning, Kenneth Kennedy provided you with a safe house to stay in, and exhorted you all to go. That this problem cannot be solved here in Waterdeep, but it must be done from Avernus. Directing you to, yeah, I need you guys to go do this. He, I wanted to equip each of you with the best, and therefore that's why you guys each get to choose an uncommon magic item, which his connections and wealth can certainly acquire for you. Olvar and Jacob headed back into the south side of the city. They were simply waved in. They were able to go to where the Sentinel's Rest Tavern once stood, which is now a burnt down husk. The stone foundation of the first floor survives.
Dark.
Ash blackened. They were to go, and they went inside to find Seamus, absolutely wasted, holding the body of Zamora, the slain body of Zamora, in his arms, sobbing pathetically. He didn't notice them as they came in at first. They came in, and he drunkenly just, after a short conversation, which he revealed his utter hatred and rage for them, he took no money from them and simply relieved them of their oath to the Gilded Legion, and said that if he ever saw either of them again, he would kill them personally. With that, the conversation ended. The two teleported back with the scroll of teleportation Kenneth provided, for this possible very reason. And you guys were able to leave the city after Kenneth gave you all a special dispensation from the lockdown. He and Silverus directed you to a particular ally of theirs. The ride north to Helm's Hold is about a week, 6 to 7 days. Halfway through is a wizard named Traxagor, who is this lovely creature. Traxagor explained a little bit more about what's going on. Offered that he can, if you guys don't want to risk jumping into the actual pit, whether you believe the riddle or not, or whether you believe you interpret it correctly, he can try and cast a plane shift spell and bring you to Avernus. He also reiterated it will be risky. And he also introduced you to another small creature. His wizard's tower is filled with small, cute creatures. That of this. This is Larry. Larry is about 2 foot, 3 foot long, and a small golden flying elephant. Larry would like to come with you. Because Larry.
Can I take Larry as my familiar?
Yes, actually, I would certainly be willing to give someone control of Larry's stat block.
I can take that Eldritch Invocation. I just got a new one.
Larry is a Hollyphant. Larry remembers very little, but what he does remember is that he was once Zariel's war mount when she went on to crusade into the first layer of hell, into Avernus. Everything after that, he does not remember. But the hope is, Kenneth, Silverus, Traxagor, they're all hoping that by you taking him with you, you can jog his memories and hopefully learn more about Zariel and what to do about this situation. We ended with Clint asking if Larry could fight, in which case Larry demonstrated that his trunk is essentially a horn of blasting and deafened Clint. And that is where we leave off. About a 3 days ride from the where Helmshold once was. Evening is falling. We are outside Traxagor's tower, and the world is open to you all.
A whole new world.
Mishek wakes up after his 7-day hangover.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Bishek. Welcome to this wizardy tower that has no humans in it.
I open my eyes. And I see Larry like flying over me, just like face looking. I'm like, and sort of like straight away. I'm like, what is that?
That's Larry.
Hey, yeah, I'm Larry.
Oh, it talks.
Well, why wouldn't I talk?
Larry, most animals don't talk.
I'm not an animal.
My apologies.
Use some
Sir
live
Larry,
steam.
what are you?
I'm Larry. I'm a Hollyphant, technically. And you're a tiefling.
Very astute.
So
How large is Larry? Like, does Larry
Larry-
actually look like an angel would ride him?
Larry is the size of a medium-sized dog.
So hypothetically, he would have been
40
larger. Would he have
Yeah,
been larger
there's no
than?
way a humanoid, even a medium humanoid, is riding this thing.
So
Let alone a warrior angel.
okay, so probably hypothetically was much larger at one point.
or a
Maybe.
different.
For that.
So we understand that Larry here has been to Avernus before. Last time that he was there, he was Zoriel's mount. Probably something celestial based. So I think he was transformed into the Haliphant.
We gotta back up one moment. I have a
Yes.
splitting headache. Does anyone have any water?
At that moment, Olvar walks into the room with a pitcher, dumps it on your head, and hands you a glass of bright red liquid. Drink this, boy.
What
Had
is
plenty of
it?
mornings like yours. Don't ask questions and plug your nose.
What does it taste like?
It's like a non-alcoholic Bloody Mary. Just tomato.
It's
There's
just
chunks of shrimp.
Oh
Still
gosh.
This is disgusting.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Grabs a celery stick and just. That should be better.
Clayton.
Thanks,
Clayton
Olvar.
will go to you, and
Traditional in our country.
that looks awful. He'll tap your shoulder and cast Luster Restoration. So getting. I think this happened last time, but using Lesser Restoration for drunkenness.
Yeah,
and
that'll
rid-
certainly cure it.
Yeah. So
Misha looks down at his leg, and it's like somewhat off kilter from the original break.
Hmm.
And
are you
I was
okay?
hoping that was part of the bad dream.
Oh.
He looks around. Where are we?
We are about 2-3 days south. No, sorry,
North.
2-3 days north of Waterdeep, at this wizard's castle. We are on our way to Helmshold.
Okay. Why?
So, when interacting with the Lord Seamus, we've discovered that Lord Seamus, being part of the he essentially has a deal with Zoriel, who is the Lord of Avernus. So to help stop his reign, we have to go and essentially talk to Zoriel in Avernus. Now, Zoriel used to be a celestial who actually we kind of know from Helmshold, but she had a crusade to the Nine Hells, and no longer is. She went there and she never came back.
I want to put it on the record that I told you all that Seamus was up to no good. I want everyone to hear it. Say it. Say it.
I already knew that he was up to no good, but yes, he was up to no good.
No, not that. I want to say you were right, Meshach.
Oh, well, I was right too. So
Fine, we can share it.
there we go. We
were
are right.
Meshach.
We were right.
Thanks,
Meshach,
thank you,
you're
Lily.
sharing how much you've grown.
Well, I seemingly have shrunk about half an inch on my right leg.
Yeah, I
Growing
tried.
pains.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
going
worry,
to
I swear.
pull Meshach into like a little hug. It's good to see you up and moving again. Even if it's a little painful.
Hmm.
And then I'm gonna say, wait, you were up when we saw the other tiefling, or no?
He was passed out by then.
Oh no, okay. I was gonna give him some crap about keeping his heart for brandy only, but
Hmm.
Oh shoot! By the way, I totally forgot. Speaking of Silveris, she also was able to tell you some things about the Shield of the Hidden Lord,
Oh, yes.
namely that the entity inside of it
Yeah, that was
is,
really important information.
yes, is in fact a pit fiend named Gargoth, who has
Oh.
been imprisoned in the Shield for hundreds and hundreds of years, and once was a mighty, basically warlord here on the Sword Coast before he's defeated and imprisoned in the Shield. Um, he basically responded, "Yeah, you caught me, but if you guys are willing to bring me to Avernus, I will swear loyalty to you. You'll need a guide like me in Avernus," which is probably true.
Probably.
And at the moment, Jacob still has it, has the shield. He wants to get rid of it. So, like, bury a dig hole and plop it in. So,
Seamus
You
has
want,
the
yeah, you want to put it in a hole,
no,
like One
Jacob
Ring
does.
style.
Jacob does.
Yeah.
Well, so let me get this straight. We burn Seamus's place down.
Yep.
He admits to being a really bad evil guy. We decide to go to Helm's Hold. To what? There's nothing there.
Well, there's a lot of things there. There's my home there. Olvar's home.
In case you forgot, Seamus Control Alt deleted it.
So
what is
we
Control Alt Delete?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm the same age as you.
so we know now that that box, gesturing over to the weird box that we got from the ship, well, that we know now that that was a possible cause of it being teleported, the city of Helmshold being teleported to Avernus. So, unfortunately, that big hole that's there was the remaining. So, we are under the understanding that if you jump in the hole, you get to Helm's Hold in Avernus. We just need to have that box. So,
Great.
Yes.
And we're going to jump in.
Well,
Well-
I plan to.
It seems as though we're on some probably unlikely to survivable quest to try to return the city to its former state. Is that right, gentlemen? That's my understanding.
Yeah. And
To stop the evil forces at play here, Mishak, be
yeah.
maybe quote unquote heroic. I know that's not your typical cup of tea, but
We've been there and done that, and look where we ended up as nobodies.
no. You say we would say me is nobody.
We
News to me.
touche.
We also know that the reason why Helmshold was teleported was essentially devils are getting short numbered, so they are converting the people of Helmshold into devils.
Oh,
Yeah. So
I will admit,
Lovely.
here the Heroes of Helm's Hold does have an alliteration that does ring better to the ear than Giant Slayers. Maybe that's why we never made it on the red carpet.
Need a better name.
You gotta know how to
Maybe
market
because
yourself.
humility is a
is
virtue.
is there a better name that people that is there a better name that you have an idea, Mishak, of what we should call ourselves?
The Heroes of Helm's Hold. Well, that's if we are actually going to be the Heroes of Helm's Hold.
I
I'm
feel
for
like
being
that's a little too like I don't know.
on the nose, exactly.
Yeah.
People will remember what we did and who did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you think about it, if you think about this, when we get to Helm's Hold, I say if Larry helps us, maybe we erect a statue at the top of Helm's Hold and use it as aerial defense. And then guess what? We will be as famous as the mighty Canesmen.
But like
It seems
the
to be
mighty
plagiarized.
the Canesmen aren't called the Dragon Fighters. They're called the Canesmen due to who they are, not of what they
No,
did.
well, yes and no. They're called the Canesmen, and they erected a statue of Mrs. Canes.
Yes,
the
a
top
big
of
chicken.
Waterdeep.
Yep, a big chicken that deposits big
Abyssal
eggs.
chicken.
Yes.
Oh. Now it just seems like plagiarizing.
No. See, this is what you misunderstand, Olvar. Is that all creativity is stealing to some degree. This is why stealing is mostly okay in some instances.
You're a cover artist, aren't you?
I'm not much of a creative mind, but so I guess I'll trust your word on it, Mishak.
Clayton, when you've spent much time in politics, you realize that stealing is the name of the game.
Oh, I guess if it fails once, you gotta do it again to fail it again. Sometimes.
Perhaps we can brainstorm on the way. We still have a 3 days ride.
I agree. Is there anything else here that we need?
Well, I mean, last thing on the name, we did have the KKK, the Kenneth Kennedy clan. Well, they were the ones that actually stopped the Giants. What if we're the HHH, the Heroes of Helm's Hold?
All right. Yeah. I like that.
I thought we had one for them.
What's that?
What was that?
Kenneth Kennedy's crew.
Yeah,
I
we
thought
could
they
do
were
that
trouble.
again. We're still Kenneth Kennedy's crew, guys.
No, see, now that is
KKK.
The
plagiarism.
helmsman. The helmsman.
Now I don't see the difference.
What about
Well, you can't see much these days, old man. So
It's like spectacles.
gentlemen?
Just the morning time. I have a headache. All right. That's
Simply just think of the helmsman.
you have a headache.
Drink the rest of it.
Yes, sir.
Much better.
Ah,
What about the
Technically,
Helms?
the ringing in your ears starts.
no, the ringing from the ears is from my concerts. That's never going away. Say, Louis, you didn't see Brandy near the Sentinel's Rest, did you?
Mr. DM, sir, did I see Brandy near the Sentinel's Rest?
You did not.
I did not, Meshach. I mean, I'm while I'm doing this, I'm holding Larry and petting his fur.
He's got like a little tongue, like he's like an elephant, but I guess almost more like a mammoth. Like he's got short fur and that sort of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just like scratching the top, like his head.
yeah. He's all about it. He is very, very all about it.
If this quest makes me break my rule of second date within a week of the first date, you guys owe me.
We'll make it. We'll make it
Maybe
back
some
before
time
your
after
second
that
date.
first date would be good.
Mm.
Meshach,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think she'll
Isn't that bad?
understand.
Well, if you want to, I could send her a message, and you guys could have a date there. You just have me as a third wheel, unfortunately, but it's a possibility.
How are you as a wingman?
I'm sorry. I would like to
Imagine how he would be as a wingman.
I
I am
don't.
very confused. Are we going on a collective third wheel party date? Or are we gonna go descend into Avernus and save a town where a bunch of people might be devils?
I think they're the same.
I mean, we
What?
At least they feel the same to me.
we have spare time.
Well, we can brainstorm on the way.
Mm.
Not quite the HHH. Triple H. H times 3.
H
H
cube.
cube.
H cubed.
I think H cube squared would be really fun. I don't know what the squared would sound like, but it just sounds like it rolls off the tongue.
I'm still partial to the KKC.
Oh.
No.
Well,
Regardless, is there anything else we'd like to do in Traxagor's tower?
I'm ready to go.
I think I'd love in the morning to have just walked around and a little tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, ask Traxagor. It's for fun.
Do you have any particular questions for Traxagor?
Mm.
Let me.
I would start with the tour, but maybe I would have more questions as I think
Okay.
of them.
Well, you guys, anyone who'd like to join is certainly welcome to.
Yeah, I'll be there.
As you guys come back into the tower, you guys will see, as I said, like the entrance to the tower is shown on the balcony looking down into it. This wide circular room, all sorts of gizmos and that sort of stuff. Traxagor, again, this small otter will sort of jump up the steps again. Is there anything Traxagor can help you with?
Just a tour would be great. I'd really love the concept, design of your place.
And his head will sort of cock and you'll hear like a little bit of like otterish chittering, and you're like, "Yes, of course, follow me." I'll turn down. He will go back downstairs. Let's see. So one level down, you see basically a cluttered chamber illuminated by various objects, all around which continual flame spells have been cast. He sort of mumbles about all these different things, and he points to all these different familiars. A lot of like I forget what you call little clockwork guys. A lot of those things. Um, roll me an Arcana check.
Thanks, bro. Because I got a 3 on die. And that would be +3 for 6, plus 2 for 8.
Yeah,
Just
it's
a
I mean,
little
it's that you can you're a learned man, so you like know most of the words he's saying, but not enough to like he's clearly talking at a level above you. Very excited. Maybe not the best teacher, but certainly not lacking for passion. Um, but he gives you a
I think
tour.
I would, I think I
Yeah.
would ask if he had like a magnum opus that he was working on as we're going through, or what his main research.
Well, yes, but I can't show you.
Oh,
Uh, it's it's a secret until ready to be revealed.
I mean, perhaps as I know a bit of the magical arts. I'm somewhat of a arcanist myself. Perhaps I could be of any assistance. Not much, but a new perspective.
Roll me a persuasion check.
come on, baby. All right, so I rolled a 2 for -1, so I rolled a 1. This is unfortunate. We gotta get him out while we're not in combat board.
Let's sort of look at you. Uh, uh, don't make this awkward, please.
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to do that. No.
Very, very good.
Great.
It was uh, a pleasure.
We should go. Yeah, I don't want to keep everyone else is probably waiting. I'm gonna.
Of course. I am Traxagor, the mighty wizard. Have a good day.
Yes.
I'm gonna give him like a little pat on the head.
He's like,
Book it.
that ends that tour. With that being done, we are now able to. I guess it is evening. Traxcore has offered you guys to stay at his tower for the evening. And it's not going to be anything significant. Assuming that there's nothing else we'd like to do, we can travel the rest of the way to the site of Helm's Hold without event.
Absolutely. So, one of the times, near the evenings, whatever, Clayton is going to go to Meshach and say, "Hey, would you like me to message your friend?" How about that?
Just,
It's up to you.
just tell her that I may be away for a while.
Okay. Okay.
Tell
I get-
her. Tell her who I hope to be. I hope I won't be too late.
Okay. I can do that. So, okay.
Meshach's turning into Captain America, boys.
Shoot. Adam is
Tell
blanking.
her Tell her I gotta put a rain check on our date.
Alright. No. Hold on. I totally forgot the darn. Okay. He's gonna. I keep on forgetting. I'm doing a wonderful. What's the woman's name again? Thank you. Sorry.
Brandy.
Brandy.
Brandy. Thank you.
She's a fine girl. What a
Yes.
good life. What a good wife she would be.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to cast one of the evenings. I'm going to cast sending to Brandy, and I'm going to say, "Hello, Brandy. This is Clayton. Meshach's friend. He wants to let you know that he'll be gone for a while. He would like to see you someday. That's what I'll send her.
A little direct, but thanks. You have to. I'll teach you, Clayton. There's you have to have a spirit of,
Mm.
no, I'm not interested, but also like a nice little wink in the spoken word to let him know you are interested, but explicitly you're not interested. It's called playing hard to get. I'll
Mm.
teach you it,
Okay.
but it really, really gets them going.
I really just
when I
think
was
that
trying-
being straight and straightforward, like, hey, I want an answer, so might as well ask it kind of thing. But, yeah. Anyways.
I always found flowers to be the best when I was pursuing my wife.
Mhm.
I don't know if you could send those over.
Unfortunately, no. I can't send that. Anyways.
But a wink is good. I loved a good wink. That was my. He like gives one. It's like kind of hideous. Really smooth. Great with the ladies.
Olvar, or excuse me, Clint, you hear back, sort of like, hello, Clint. I suppose I don't know where you all went, but I suppose I probably will end up seeing Meshach again. Yes.
Well, she also looks forward to seeing you. Meshach.
Roll the
Did
sad
she
shit now.
did she say it in like she's really excited, or like a little bit more reluctant, or like yeah, hard to get kind of way?
She
Did she say
said, she said well beforehand. She said, well, I guess yes, I will see him again. So, I don't know.
thought those apple pies were the key?
Oh no.
Oh, they are. They are. Don't worry, boy. We'll practice the other parts too.
What other parts?
Um.
Okay.
Another time, this might be in a later day or the same day, whatever it is. Clayton will go up to Olvar and say, I know that you have some family you haven't seen in a while. Would you like me to message them?
I mean, if we can reach back into Helm's Hold, then I suppose we can see what they say.
Hmm.
All I would say is that we're coming. But, yeah.
Okay. Do you have, because I don't think Clayton has met anyone. Has he met anyone from?
Well, last time he messaged my wife. So.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha. So
Rena.
yep. So Clayton will reach out to Rena and say, "Hello, Rena. This is Clayton again. I'm letting you know that Olvar and the rest of us are coming. He looks forward to seeing you. He also sends you a wink."
Boy. She hates
And
my
apple
wings.
pie.
Oh, the most arguments we had over the 25 years we were together.
Well, I apologize.
No, it's my favorite part.
Ah.
You'll hear back, essentially, like some head, like exhausted breathing, I can't talk, and that's all you'll hear.
Enough, John.
Yeah. Well,
Talk. Let's fight.
She's fighting. Well, it looks like she's
1v1ing Zariel right now.
Yeah. Like in
um,
a headlock.
Yeah.
Can't talk her.
Get back!
My wife's actually a level 20 paladin.
He's like,
Pretty
well,
crazy.
it looks like your wife is too busy, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but she just said can't talk.
Dishes must be done by now. I don't know what's wrong.
Anyways,
By the way,
there you go.
Excellent. If there's nothing else, at the end of another 3 days of travel, by the end of this third day, you've been able to see black clouds on the horizon in the north, with a reddish glow, almost like a permanent sunset sitting there. Obviously, this goes stronger and stronger and stronger as you guys approach. As soon as you get to within a mile or so of where, like, Olvar and Clint, you guys obviously have spent a lot of time in Helm's Hold. You know when you should be able to see the city. As you crest certain ridges, you should be able to see its towers. It's not there. Eventually, as you guys crest a final hill, you guys can look down into across a valley where it sits on a hill on the opposite side of this valley, and there is just it is like you guys all sort of it's what everyone said, but it's another thing to actually see it. It is literally a gaping, massive hole in the center of the ground, with seemingly no bottom in sight.
So it is true.
The ground
So-
around, like, you guys know where the walls ended. So the outskirts of the city are still there's some scattered farms, some little suburbs and stuff that would have been outside the walls are still there, in great ruin. Many of them burnt down or damaged. But the city itself is gone. It seems like a wildfire has scorched the area. A lot of the vegetation and stuff. It sort of seems like a wasteland, like a blasted hellscape almost. That exudes from the abyssal hole there. It seems like there's a permanent, not rain, but just like a lightning storm going on over top this area. The whole hole itself is probably 2 miles almost in diameter. Like you can see the other side, but it is truly distant.
whoa.
suddenly I'm not so
So
excited.
I pee into the hole.
Oh, are we like at the hole now?
It lands on Zariel.
Yeah.
Wow.
You like jump in and there she is, just like wiping. Who did that?
Suddenly I'm not so excited to jump into that.
Well, I
have some coffee.
I wish you all good luck as we go on this venture. I
Let's
hope
do it, gentlemen.
absolutely, and this is a time that I want
Together.
to. Yes, we stay together, and we are all one. And I just want to appreciate and give you all a gift. As I cast motivational speech.
What does that do?
So
Temp HP.
it gives you 5 temporary HP, advantage on wisdom saving throws, and if you are hit with an attack, you have advantage against that attack, against that creature next time. The spell ends when the temporary hit points are lost.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, or when this or when this spell ends. But anyways, yeah, everyone has 5 temporary hit points, and hopefully that
Nice.
helps.
That's exciting.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Okay. And gentlemen, are we all ready?
Oh, you know it.
So, as you guys presumably walk up the road to where the gate would have been to the city, the road sort of juts out. It's almost like think like you know that old like poetry book like where the sidewalk ends. Or no, apparently not. But the road juts out for maybe 10 feet in over the abyss. So you're almost like you're walking the plank out.
Mm.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Maybe 10 feet wide, 10 feet deep. Mishak, when you pee into the abyss, like there is heat coming from this. Like that, it seems like there is. It almost feels like you're about to jump into a fire. Like the heat should kill. Like it's not overwhelming right now, but like if it gets any worse, it's going to become uncomfortable and then painful and then deadly. You see
And
your
I'm fire
stream,
resistant.
you see your stream evaporate about 15 feet down.
Oh.
Hmm.
Whoa.
I hope that doesn't happen to us.
Well,
You sure the wizard said that we should jump in?
they just
That's
we were just told
the cube,
by
guys.
yeah.
We need to be grabbing the cube and
Everyone
Say
grab
the
a part
riddle
of it.
is in general, along with a picture of Silverus opening the box.
Mishak. Mishak is gonna like pause for a moment, and for the first time in your guys' life, maybe not for Louis, but you guys see him stirring internally. He just like looks at the ground, and there's a look of sorrow on his face, and then he looks south towards Waterdeep, and he looks at his guitar that's in his hands, and he just takes a deep breath and lets it out and says, "Well, screw it. Let's freaking do this." And he hits the note on his guitar and plays a nice little song for you guys. Let's get it, boys.
Oh, dude, that's so sick.
Yeah.
We all
Alright. So yeah,
Blake,
Blake, you all,
Blake,
yeah.
I realized I did not tell you what my magic item is. Can I use my magic item now?
Sure.
Okay, so you guys are gonna see me click my heels as 2 little wings sprout from my boots, and I start
Look at that
flying
double.
down.
I look at you. I look at you, Magnus, and I look down at my feet, and 2 wings fly over. And I fly up, and then I nosedive into the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. DM's gonna stop you from dying first.
Ah.
As you guys try and fly in separately, the heat quickly becomes super unbearable, or you have to turn back. And
All right, I turn back.
Clint has the box.
I turn around, I crash on the ground. I'm like, ain't no way we're going in there, boys.
Yeah,
on.
that kind of hurt.
Clint has the box.
Open
As
up.
he approaches the edge, the box again starts to shift, and the runes light up again, and it twists until all those different surfaces you saw are all of a sudden it becomes just a smooth golden brass box, just totally smooth on every side. And where usually it sort of exuded a heat, it becomes almost cold to the touch. It becomes cool, like a comforting coolness. And you guys all gather around Clint, and then you jump. And you begin your descent into Avernus. But you guys are plummeting like a meteor, but you don't feel the heat. It's think it like a rocket entering the atmosphere, like the fire's breaking out around you, but around the box it seems like a 10-foot sphere of basically safety. As you guys plummet down, you guys can see at first on either side just the layers of the earth, like you're going down into the rock. You see like dinosaur fossils, all that sort of stuff in the side, all yada yada yada. Until eventually the earth ends in these incredibly massive, jagged stalactites. You enter a fall. Think of like you're entering like the Nether in Minecraft. You know, you're just falling down until eventually you're in these misty gray reddish clouds. Then you emerge, and you guys are greeted with a view of Avernus
Come on.
from many miles high.
The timing of the ending of that song was perfect
That was good.
too.
That was
Yep.
good. Just love when that happens, you know?
I would like to write down all I see of Avernus is an otter.
Oh,
Ooh.
This is probably much better.
Oh, baby.
You guys
Oh.
emerge from this dark hole, lightning flashing around you.
Mm.
And you guys can see Helm's Hold anchored there hundreds of feet above the surface by these great infernal chains. It is seemingly split in two. The eastern third of the city separated from the other in these two great floating islands. You guys are heading to land in like right where that eastern island. You guys are heading right for that smokestack right in that center area.
Mm.
You guys are plummeting at seemingly an impossibly fast speed. Like if you hit the ground at this speed, you're going to turn into a red mist. But nonetheless, you do hit the ground at that speed, but none of the force transfers to your body. You stop as if you had never dropped in the first place.
My tenders.
Oh, my tender.
All that surround the smell of brimstone and blood is all like fills your nostrils. Like you are totally unaccustomed to it. It's almost overwhelming for like the first 30 seconds. Like you're totally unused to this. There's a slight burn in your lungs with every inhalation. Except for you, Meshach. It's a little easier for you to adjust. You can everything around you. The city, less than half the buildings are still standing. Carcasses, skeletons, bones scatter the streets haphazardly. Some in clusters, some scattered randomly. Fire is everywhere, and the distant sounds of scattered screams, yells, cries of rage or hatred can be heard sometimes in close clusters, sometimes a single isolated one every few minutes. And you guys are in a Olvar and Clint, you guys would recognize yourself in the lowest section of Helm's Hold, in the Great Markets, in the Great Square, sort of the largest public forum of the city. There's two additions that you guys would not recognize. Two great plinths, as if those you would build statues upon, but they both remain empty. You guys are now in Helm's Hold, 500 feet above the surface to Avernus. You've not been able to see Avernus properly, but this is suspended. You can see sort of distant land, mountains and volcanoes and all that stuff in the distance. You cannot see what's directly beneath you.
We're in Helm's Hold, like on the
You are-
chained.
Yes, you are in this picture. You are in on the right side of that city, that central smoke, that central.
Yep.
Yeah, you landed right there.
Love it.
I'm like weapons at the ready, prepped for anything at the moment.
Here's our map. You guys are. I don't. Can you guys see my cursor?
Yeah.
You guys are right here.
Sick.
Let's go.
So the way way Helm's Hold is divided, this eastern part is the lowest part of the city. Then this part is the second, like the second highest tier. Then the central part is sort of the high citadel, grand hall, cathedral area.
And
By lowest and highest, you're talking about physical elevation as well.
Yes, all of the above. Yep.
Okay.
and Clayton grew up in the lowest area.
Yeah.
okay.
I looked at Clayton and I say, well, welcome home.
Yeah.
Is it like
It's a little bit redder than what I remember. Well, first things first. Let's see if we can find some folks. And yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm going to try and looking around. And first, wait, I'm going to, before I do that, is this concentration? No, it's not. Okay, I am going to cast. I did not take that. That's fine. That's fine. It'll be alright. He's going to go and try to find his parents.
Right. Who? So I'm sorry. We should have had this discussion before, and maybe we'll have this discussion when Tom's here. Did we bring the Shield of the Hidden Lord with us?
No,
Well,
Tom was trying to bury it.
he was. I guess
We
this
can
would
have
be.
that.
Let's have that
It's
discussion
not
now.
super important right now, but it will be a discussion we'll have to have reasonably soon. But probably with Tom here, I think.
Yeah.
I'll put
Yeah.
Finn on our side.
I think unless anyone like really went after it, I don't think Olvar would have. I think he would have just let the burying happen. So
All right.
Well, yeah. Can we? Is that something that we could, when Tom and a little bit more
Yeah,
party members
that's
are
what
here, we
we'll
can
do it when-
retcon that?
We will. We will do it
Okay.
when Tom gets back.
Wonderful.
As you guys land, as Larry
yeah?
looks around, he sort of like shakes himself, like he gets the shivers, almost as if he's cold instead of hot. He's like, "Oh, I'm remembering a little bit," and he snaps his trunk as if it's like his fingers, and he is able to cast the light spell now, and now where is it? Give me 1 second.
Oh boy, Larry.
Good boy, Larry.
I'm not a
Larry's
dog.
I'm not a dog. Show me some respect. That's crazy.
Say, those of you, so Lewis, you in particular, you would feel, as soon as you guys start to stray away or like not be like right in close proximity to each other that you had to be to come down, as soon as you get like more than 10 feet away from Larry, you basically start to have these thoughts of rage, despair, of like not evil thoughts, but look at what's happened to Helm's Hold. I need to destroy whatever has caused this. Generally, you start to feel a little bit more angry. Those of you who you might, but you also can look at Larry and almost recognize him as an immediately soothing presence. And you come back to him, and you almost feel like, I'm getting caught up in things. And as you look at him, he almost seems even cuter than he was up on the surface. Almost like this beacon of pure innocence. And as he casts that light spell, the light, like as you breathe in, while you're in that aura of that 20-foot aura of light, it no longer burns your lungs.
Oh, good.
Whoa.
Well, Larry, I'm glad you're with us.
Well, I'll see what help I can be. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be totally honest.
I think you've already been more of a help than we could have hoped.
I don't know what you're talking about, but all right.
You have an
Where
air
are we
about
going?
you that just makes us feel better.
Okay, don't be weird about it.
Did you,
Well.
Larry? Did you like? I don't know. Like you look a little bit better here than Avernus, in Avernus than not.
I don't know. Is the heat good for my hair? I don't know what you're talking about.
All I'm saying is you look like you fit.
Well, I feel like crap. This place is terrible.
Well,
I agree with you there. This place.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, now what?
No.
Well, first let's get some connections with some friends of mine, just to understand what's going on, if that's okay. To see if I would like to see if my parents are still around. If
All
that's
right,
okay with you.
Appreciated. Glad
Before-
going to be a big help here.
Clayton, I'm all down to check on your parents. However, team, helmsman of Heroes
Wrong.
of Helmshold.
There we go.
Did we come up with a plan before we jumped into this hole into Avernus?
No.
The plan was to jump in. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Well, the thing
Perfectly.
is, we didn't know what we'd find here, so
It's the
The-
plan.
the ultimate goal is to
I think
find.
we need to figure out how to break these chains and let it float back up. Maybe.
The chains are truly massive. Like, you can't even like redwood-sized tree in diameter chains. That whole there's only a dozen of them that hold down an entire city.
A lot of heat metal.
Well, yeah.
Well, another way of thinking of it is talking to. If the goal is to bring Helmshold back, then figuring out how it got here, and then maybe coming up with a way of bringing it back. But we'll also
Worst comes
have.
to worst, we have to deal directly with Zariel.
Yes, that's the other piece. Is I think Zariel is our ending goal.
Is it?
Well,
I thought I would like to avoid fighting archdevils.
I also agree, but it sounds
has-
like she might have been the source of this.
Well, we have the key, right? We have the box still. Perhaps we find where its actual power is rooted in, where the key gets plugged in, and that's how we teleport it back without being discovered by Miss Zariel.
That would make sense to me. If we can. What does the box look like, DM?
The box is so still it has seemed to revert to basically a normal brass box now.
Okay. Oh, so it's
Still
not even
totally
like.
smooth, totally unremarkable, as it's just a regular box down here.
Okay. So it's not none of the crazy stuff that was happening on the surface.
So it did transform, but it used to have all these inscriptions and mechanics. It all morphed into every side is just a flat brass smooth side.
Okay. Well.
It just looks like the most boxy box you've ever seen.
Okay. Wonderful. At the first things, let's figure out what we're up against and figure out. That's kind of the reason. I mean, it's good to see my parents if we see them, but also just the fact that they've been here for a little while. They might have some insight of what's going on.
I think it's a good plan.
I agree with that.
Like me.
Let's get the story from their side.
As you guys say this, you hear a scream coming from the northern side of this square you're in, so kind of from up this road.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh. They need to stop it with the screaming here. Freaks
Well-
me out.
Each you see a woman with 2 children and one in holding either hand running down the road.
I run to her.
As soon as she sees you, you turn. Help! Help! They're right
Yeah.
behind us.
Ma'am, let me help. Let's get you. Where are your home? Where's your house? Where's your home?
It's gone. Everything's gone. They're right there. And then she'll turn around and then she'll push past you, keep running, and you guys can see coming from behind her, maybe 30 feet behind. You see
Yeah,
3
cool.
bearded devils.
Okay.
Okay, that's all right. All right, we'll run with you.
I assume we all know what
No.
bearded devils look like.
Yeah.
No.
I actually don't.
Okay.
Actually, in
I know nothing
D&D,
about
or no.
Devilology.
Really?
I have in my head a bearded devil, and it's not probably what the Dungeons and Dragons. think.
A devil with a beard.
I imagine not.
Come on.
Listen,
These look fun.
3 of these guys.
Ooh.
Oh, that's worse than what was in my head.
Oh, that's
Each
so
of them arms, yes, these
pretty.
long-looking infernal pole arms.
You purple Smurf looking Davy Jones boy.
Yeah.
Hey, David Jones looking.
They're approaching weapons sort of casually. They're sort of casually, almost as they were taunting these people. They could have caught them earlier.
The genie on crack.
But then they see you 5. Look at this. Some fresh recruits. And they'll sort of seeing an actual potential challenge, they'll sort of lower their pole arms. Are you going to make this fun for us or not?
Well,
Do you find death fun?
Can I look them up and down to see if like we stand a chance at these guys, as we're probably not super familiar with the power level or like skills or like
Yeah, make a. Why are you trying to just like look at them as they are and ascertain how powerful they are, or like draw on knowledge of devils?
I want to size them up.
Yeah, just make an investigation check.
Shoot.
Yeah, you're cooked.
Yep, that's the 7.
I mean, they look pretty scary, but you think you can like you don't really get a read. You don't know if they're magical or not. You don't know what their capabilities are. They're clearly warriors.
Hey, we have a holly font, guys.
I want to kill them.
Well,
I want to fight them.
after he says like, do you guys want to have some fun? After improperly sizing them up, I'm like, let's have
I
some fun.
unsheathe my sword.
Great.
guys.
All right, give me 1 second. I need to. All right.
I was gonna like
This
start
is going to be improvise. This is not.
Just gotta get a little limber.
Jaden, we jumped into the black hole and now we're in Helmshold.
Jaden,
we're
you
in
haven't seen
Avernus.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
There's lots of death that has happened since last time we saw you.
What?
And
What'd you say? I missed what you said.
lots of death since last I've seen you.
Oh, Oh yeah, is Tom dead? Is Jacob dead, or is he alive? Just not here.
No, he's alive.
Just not here.
No. You get an uncommon magic item you're choosing from Kenneth Kennedy. You guys
Yep,
learned.
I got it.
Okay. You guys basically have all severed your ties with Seamus. You killed Zamora Baneblade. He's pretty pissed off about that.
Oh, don't worry. I killed her. Happily.
You
The
guys
child killed her.
use the infernal puzzle box. You interpret it. You jumped down the hole where Helmshold once was, and you've just landed in the city of Helmshold, chained 500 feet, floating above the surface of the Avernus.
Sick.
And now you ran into 3 of these purple lads.
Yeah.
Before we begin, as we're stretching out, I'm gonna lay one hand on Colson.
Oh, hey, Dad.
And hey, son, take care of yourself. And there's like multiple like symbolic runes that are on this plate armor that I have, and they're all going to glow with kind of a celestial light. Actually, a lot of geometric shapes, very similar to what Colson looks like when he kind of like goes off. And protection from evil and good is going to be put on Colson.
Nice.
Let's go. I don't have to cast it myself. Yes.
I'm
Are
here
we
to
taking
protect
free
myself.
actions, or are we just going into combat here?
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because I have an
wanna make
action
sure
I
my-
would love to
wanna
take.
make sure my
but,
voice-
Same.
I want to make sure my
Alright.
voice protected.
The 3 of them. I need everyone to roll initiative, I suppose.
Okay.
As Mishak
Do we get a prep round?
responds, yes, I think we will have some fun, essentially.
I meant dancing.
Do we get a prep round there, Blake?
No, you guys are sort of starting at the same time. You have met each other.
Okay, that's fine.
Just kidding, Colson. No protection
Louis,
for you.
What the heck?
Louis, reroll. Or
Yeah,
what's,
it's really
what's your
slowly.
modifier? What's your modifier?
It's
So
plus
Magnus
3.
is first 27. I'm not
Yeah,
even going to try and see.
Reroll.
What?
Okay. I rolled a 17 on die.
Ah, that's a 14 for me.
I got a
so-
21.
All right, so Magnus is first to 27, and 20 to 25.
I got a 21.
Do we want to take average for Obar and Colson? Or I got a 12 for that, so.
So that'd be what, 16? We'll round up to
Yeah.
17.
Guys,
Come
I
on, Dad,
haven't
you gotta keep up.
I have to think about how my character works.
But so are you guys
Alright,
doing that?
I didn't mess up my calves yet.
So are you guys doing the 17 for both of you?
Wait, you guys get to
sir.
average?
They're doing it.
Father-son duo, boy. Get out of here.
How
Alright,
does
so
that?
27, anyone between 15 and 20 then?
Me and Louis. We both
Are-
did 18, but he shot
Yeah.
higher than I did.
Unfortunately for you, the Devils got a 19.
Oh, that's so tough.
And then Louis,
Way to go, Dad.
Louis, excuse me. Louis, did you get the stack block I sent you, Thomas?
Yes, I did.
All right, Larry will
I
move with
actually
you.
already found one. So it's the same thing. Dude,
Why
this
do you
is
have a
Did anyone get a
stack?
17? That's right, Colson and
I may or may not be taking a Holly font to be my familiar.
And then finally Clint in the bottom with 5. But
Let's go.
That's Hilo coded.
Yep.
All right. They're sort of spread out 5 feet apart, sort of blocking this road to the north. You guys are in whatever formation you'd like to be, I suppose. I suppose Meshach's sort of at the front talking to them. You guys may be 15 feet apart. Magnus, the first move is yours.
How far away are they from us?
They're from you, probably 20 feet.
Excellent. Bonus action Hunter's Mark, the middle guy.
Right in the middle, all right?
And then I'm gonna take 2 shots at the guy in the middle. The first one with my crossbow would just be a normal roll. Then the second one I'll have advantage because of Vex, assuming it hits. So first attack does a 25 hit.
Yes. Yeah, 25 hit.
I just wanted to make sure. So that will be that's 6 points of damage.
All right.
And then the second shot I'm going to shoot at him, I will be expending one of my deadly strikes. Blake, my apologies. Add one more to that last hit. So I'll have advantage on this attack. So that was even a higher roll. That's 26. So
Alright.
I'm going to do that. And then I rolled not good. So I'm going to use I have an ability. I got to see what it's called. Because of my background, I have, where is it? I can't find it. Savage Attacker. So I'm going to roll my weapon's damage die twice and use either roll against the target. So I'm going to re-roll those 2 dice. Oh, actually 1 dice, but and then I will sneak attack there. Sorry guys, it's been a little bit. It's a handful of dice I have to roll every time. That's 21 points of damage
Total from the second attack.
from the second attack.
Sick. All right. Those pair of crossbow bolts will thud into him. He'll look a little weird. He'll like step back. It'll look back at him, and he'll look back up, and see in the one that you attack, just a glimmer of concern. But then that grimace, a fang grimace, will come back on his face and will break them off. And the 3 of them will leap forward. Their fighting is almost acrobatic. Lots of twirls as they spin these glaives around. But still very savage.
Clayton is in front of the group because he rushed towards the girl.
Okay. The one in the center is going to go towards you. Then the ones on either side are going to flank.
Yep.
One's going to go towards you, Lewis, and with your and Larry, and the other is going to go towards Meshach. Clayton, you can take 2 attacks.
Yep.
One is a natural 20. The other one is a 21 to hit.
All right.
I suppose you don't take crits, but I assume those both still will hit.
Yes.
Okay. So one with the glaive he comes down. The glaive comes down. That's a 10 on dice, which is pretty darn good. For 13 slashing damage to you.
Okay. Total.
Okay. And then also the tentacles of his beard are going to sort of come up almost as if they each have a mind of their own, like a cobra, with his second attack. And they're going to strike out at you from multiple instances. Well,
Okay.
I'm rolling cracked damage for another 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
As they come at you from like multiple small stabs. And I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Constitution saving throw. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That is a 25.
You are chill. You sort of see poison dripping from each of these tentacles, but you are able to. It does not actually get into your bloodstream.
Cool.
Lewis, you are also going to take 2 attacks.
Oh, golly. I love taking attacks. What is
For
this?
a 12 to hit and a 17 to hit.
That spell you cast on us, Adam, do anything here yet?
So you
I
have
just
5
wanna make
temporary
sure.
hit points. Everyone does. And
I knew that.
the other piece is you have advantage on the next attack. You also have advantage on. Sorry. Okay. You have advantage on Wisdom saving throws. If an affected creature is hit by an attack, they have advantage on their next attack roll. It
Gotcha.
makes. Once an affected creature loses its temporary hit points granted by the spell ends for that creature. So I don't think you actually get the advantage with 5 if you get dealt more than 5.
You would if you get
Trigger
hit.
once.
Okay, you get it
Yeah,
once.
I don't
Okay,
figure one.
gotcha.
Okay, I get hit
Remember-
once. I don't
remember
get hit
back
by the 12. I get hit by the 17, though.
Okay, great. So you'll be able to sidestep the glaive attack, but at the same time, you didn't expect these to be attacked by this tentacle beard. And you're going to take 9 points of piercing damage as you successfully sidestep this downward glaive swing. Then they come down and hit you in the chest. And I similarly need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Yes. That's a 4.
You are poisoned as these tentacles stab into you, and you receive the poisoned condition,
Ew.
Hmm.
which is disadvantage on
bad
attack rolls
news.
and ability checks.
It's
Yep.
really lame if you ask me, guys.
Okay.
All right, then the third one attacking you, Meshach. Is once crap. So one's an 8 to hit, which I know won't hit. I assume a 19 will hit you.
Yes.
Okay. The beard attack is going to miss. This time you watched the other two. You watched the beard, but then the glaive comes up in an uppercut that grazes your chest for 8 points of slashing damage. I simply need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Constitution saving throw for me. Oh, that's not bad. That's a 18.
You are good. So you see the serrated edge of the blade slashes through you, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Absolutely. That will be the devil's turn. Lewis, it is your turn.
Okay. So. Okay. I will. Kind of. This is just unfortunate. I will unsheathe my sword from the Immaculate Heart once more, and I'm going to. You're gonna see like the text kind of inscribed on it start to glow, and I'm gonna cast because this is my original magic item that I have yet to really use, and I'm gonna cast what's it called? Crusader's Mantle from the sword, and I have an aura of 30-foot radius, and until the spell ends, um, and basically you get an extra D4 radiant damage on all your attacks.
Oh no.
All right. Nice.
Um,
Love to see it.
yes, and then so question: Find Familiar is a little wonky as a spell because Hollyfont's not a normal familiar and is way more cracked than a normal familiar.
Mhm.
Um, but the way the wording is I can forgo an attack to let it attack, but the Hollyfont doesn't really have attacks except for the Tusk, which no one would ever use um, on the stat block. I
Mhm.
guess mechanically, what can I ask him to do? Is like, you know what I mean? Like I just don't know what my limits and bounds are with
So
this.
I'll say you can let him use any of his actions.
Okay. I would like him partially just because I really want to do this thematically. I would like him to blow the horn. If he could hit 2, that would be great. If he can only just hit 1 without hurting people,
Yeah, so
that'll be
since they're all tangled in with like in melee with other people, the only one he'll be able to hit without hitting other party members is the one engaged with you.
Hit me.
yeah, that's fine. I'll just have him do that, and partially because I just want to go.
Yeah.
Just blast the
Absolutely.
dude in front of me.
So he has 2 options. I assume you're doing the blasting horn.
Yeah, because I think it's hilarious.
Excellent. He does a Constitution save from him, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Excellent. He rolls a 7.
That is a failure. He takes 21 thunder damage
There you go.
and is deafened for 1 minute.
Sick. All right. Anything else, Lewis?
No, I love this thing. This thing is hilarious.
Come on.
So you're under attack.
Larry!
You're dodging these attacks. Larry's with his trunk and just gonna blast this guy. He's gonna like cover his ears. We'll move to Meshach.
Okay. Okay, great. I am going to I'm gonna use my beguiling. I'm going to first. I'm going to use my mantle of inspiration. And so, basically, I fly up like 5 feet, obviously, and I take an unearthly appearance. And to them, my unearthly appearance is very much not the scary version of what like the normal Faerunian person would do with a terrifying presence. But instead, my sort of terrifying look to them will be of a similar vibe to the Descent into Avernus group chat icon logo, and I'm going to strum my my guitar, and I'm going to sing, and
Oh my
I cast command on one of the devils.
Is it on the one engaged with you?
Probably.
All right, that's a whiz save, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, he will have advantage. It's probably not going to matter. He rolled a 12 as his highest.
Okay, great. He's now charmed. No, he's commanded. I say grovel, of which he lies prone until the end of his next turn. And yep. So that's my bonus action. And as my normal action, I'm going to cast mirror image.
Okay, excellent. And that's the multiple copies of you, correct?
Yes, I have three versions of myself. So there's
Great.
3 little ponies around me.
All right, so there's 3 magical rainbow ponies, 4 magical rainbow ponies.
Is it 2 leveled actions, or is that still a thing?
No, because with my mantle of majesty, I can cast command as a bonus action.
Wonderful. Well,
so yes,
okay.
The one devil who's the one who hasn't actually been harmed yet, he's like looking up. He's got rainbows in his eyes, and he's just gonna fall on the ground.
Which
The other
one?
guy's gonna be so
Which devil is
confused.
this? Is this the
This
one?
is the one on your right. He's the only one who's not taking damage yet.
Okay.
Colzim / Olvar.
Great. We're gonna start with Olvar. Look over and like,
Son, we're in a warm place. How about we bring out some hot sauce?
Oh, I love hot sauce.
Great.
So there's one on the ground right now.
Yeah, the one on the right is groveling at Magical Rainbow Land.
Okay. And then the other 2, like how far away are all of them from each other?
They're all within 25 feet of each other. There's a sort of contained, sort of circular fight.
Yeah. Okay, the one that's on the ground right now, I'm not going to touch. I would like to bring the one in the middle. It's probably closer to him.
Yeah, he's engaged with Clint.
Okay, I'm going to go right next to him, directing my attack, my first attack, to hit him. And hopefully with this hit, that I push him 10 feet pretty close to...
you can certainly get him close to one or the other.
Great. Does a... Come on. Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, 16 does hit.
Oh, let's go.
Ooh.
Okay, that'll be a booming blade on there because magic
Yeah.
actions.
You get an extra D4 too. Don't forget.
An extra D4.
For
Get on
rating.
damage. Yeah. I'm assuming you're within 30 feet. They're all within
Yeah,
30
you guys are all
feet
within
right
30
now,
feet.
pretty much.
That will be. I love this. The great club that I have now, as I like to swing it, it's already kind of ornate, but it is like crackling with more energy than even when I regularly light up this spell. It is going to do. Oh, it's +6. It's going to do 26 points of damage.
There you go.
And I'm
How
gonna
do you kill him?
bat him down. He's gonna fly over there. So I push him 10 feet closer to the one that
You kill
just
him.
got charmed.
You kill him.
Oh, I do?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the one that was on that Adam that I can't remember that Magnus already hit with the double crossbow bolts.
All right.
I was about to ask if that was
What
the one
was
I was knocking around,
Okay.
messing
Oh,
up.
great.
Great
Well, with
flourish.
my second attack, I won't be using the club at all. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to the one that was fighting and just got deafened,
Okay,
and I'd like to make an unarmed strike grapple check.
absolutely.
Nice.
Make a contested athletics.
Great.
Just grab him by the tentacles.
Oh yeah. Oh baby, he's not getting out of this one.
He rolled pretty good.
That's too bad because I rolled a 21.
He actually also rolled a 21.
Broly,
Well, my strength is 20.
Is it just whoever has higher strength then?
it's up to you,
I don't
DM.
know. However you want to do it.
I think rules is written if he would get out of it, but I think whoever has higher strength makes more sense. So we're gonna give it to you. After a titanic stroke, like he's close. You're barely holding on to him. He's like a cat.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like to try and grab his neck, and then there's a lot of barbs. So with my I'm gonna drop my great club. Actually, I'm gonna grab all of his tentacles with my hand, with his face, and then I'm just gonna what I'd like to do. I think I'm mildly encumbered by this,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah,
just
he's
gonna.
bigger than you are for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pin him down, and then I'm gonna book it to the one that's on the ground.
It's dead.
Yeah, that's the one on the ground is still alive. The one groveling.
Fine,
I would
yeah.
say that that's on the other side of the fight, so you probably aren't able to make it to him. You maybe make it to 10 feet of him.
Perfect.
We're
I love that.
dragging this guy.
Yep. So I'm like dragging him, and what I'd like to do is just kind of fall on the ground, and I give a look to Colson before I fall on the ground.
I'm gonna cast Sorcerer's Burst with fire, and I'm going to. Okay, does a 16 hit
On the
Olvar?
one,
If I stick my hand out and purposely get hit, it wouldn't with my AC, but
Trying to hit Olvar.
is it,
Yep.
so is this like an area spell, or what is it?
No,
No,
it's
it's
just like
it's a
fireball.
hit. I'm trying
Okay.
to hit my dad.
but I'd like to be
I-
hit. I'd like
Yeah,
to
but
be
he'd
hit.
like to be hit.
If that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can voluntarily get hit. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, cool. Dad, you'll take 5 points of fire damage.
Cool. I will react with absorb elements, and that'll be that.
What?
I have resistance to fire damage, and I'm gonna fall down with the guy. I think with the resistance, I only take 3.
Two.
2. Great. That'll be our turn. Yeah, I
Excellent.
believe.
Clint, it's on you.
Alright, Clayton is going to. So there's a devil in front of me, or is that guy dead?
No, Olvar just came and bashed his head in.
Okay.
He's got one restrained, and the other one is groveling. They're both to your right.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at them and bonus action. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Olvar. So you have +2 to AC now. And as well as with my action, I'm going to cast. With my action, I'm going to bond Olvar, Lewis, and Magnus together. So the 3 of you are bonded together. You guys have a D4 to all of your attacks, ability scores, and saving throws. You also have, with your reaction, you can take someone else's damage by teleporting to that spot. So if one of the 3 of you take damage, the other 2 can take that damage and teleport to that person. Okay. That is my turn, and I'm going to look to see where did the woman and two little ones go?
They make a perception check.
Okay. Awesome. Um, Perception. That is going to be a 15.
Oh yeah, they're so that you can sort of see them. They ran behind one of the big statue plinths and are sort of like looking at the battle for like peering around the corner, watching you guys.
Okay. I'm just going to nod at them and like stay kind of thing. And as we continue the fight.
Great. Magnus. Owen.
Mr. DM, sir. Sorry, I had to find the mute button. My setup's a little funky right now. So one guy's dead. The other two are still standing.
Neither of them are standing. One is restrained by Olvar, or grappled by Olvar, excuse me, and then the other is groveling at Meshach's feet.
The one that's groveling, if I hit it, is it going to stop groveling, or is it going to keep groveling?
It
Do I
will
know-
stop, but you will get free advantage on the attack.
Free advantage. That's all I need, baby.
Well,
So I'm going to use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark onto that character that's groveling. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my first crossbow attack. Oh! Does a 14 hit?
A 14 will hit.
Excellent. Great, because I rolled garbage. So I'm gonna make sure I'm doing that right. So it's that plus that plus that. I will use another deadly strike because I always like using that. So that will make it a grand total of 5 d6s.
Holy smokes.
Something's
don't
gonna
forget
Alright,
your
that will
D4
be-
radiant.
Um,
Oh yeah, that D4
30
radiant
points
on your
damage.
attack.
30.
30.
All right. All right. Now for your next magic trick.
Great. I'm gonna hit him again. All right, and 15 hits, right?
Yep, 15 will hit.
Great. Still have sneak attack damage. Still have hunter's mark. I'm not gonna use my deadly strike. I want to keep that. So that's 17 points of damage.
Okay. There's
And
what,
I
47 points of damage and 2 attacks.
and I'm done.
Great. He's no longer groveling. He's gonna get knocked out. He looks terrible. He looks not good, and really, really, really angry. He's gonna get up. So it's the devil's turn. He's gonna get up. The one you're grappled with, Olvar, is going to try and break out. That's another athletics check.
You have a
he rolled
D4.
17. Yes.
I'm already over that.
All right, great. He's thrashing wildly, but you're getting the edge on him. The one that just got hit by Magnus is going to come. He's going to charge at you, Magnus, and make 2 attacks.
I wish I could have disengaged. That would funny.
And he's
Yes.
going to fail both of them miserably with a 3 and a 2 on die.
Yeah. First attack, I'm gonna have it like put my shield up to like block it, and then the second attack, I just use my hand to just push it away.
Excellent. Yeah, his tentacles flying off your shield, then you just deflect the glaive. Lewis, it's your turn.
Yeah. So you're grappling the one in front of me, or you were. I guess it's not in front of me
It's just
necessarily
like 15
anymore.
feet from you now, yeah.
Well, can Larry go first? For
Yeah,
thematic
in whatever
reasons?
order you want, absolutely.
I just want to see if he can kill things. And I'm gonna have Larry do the other trunk action. And I need a couple of con saves because I'm gonna hit both with that one because
This is
wanna
the Trumpet of Sparkles.
Yes.
Not a blasting.
yes.
Okay.
Not a
perfect.
blasting.
What is this attack?
Since the devil is evil, he have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Uh-huh.
He's still
Can
gonna
he
roll
get-
pretty well. With a 14.
Can you hit both devils? Or no?
That would mean hitting Olvar as well since he's grappled.
No,
before.
it's fine. Because good creatures don't take damage.
And this is
Oh,
the
yeah, look
moment
at
where you find out
Look at
Olvar
that.
is evil.
All right, so the one engaged with Magnus is going to roll no, excuse me, not a 4. That's a 14 on die. He's going to roll a 17. The one grappled is going to roll a 12.
So the 12 fails, the 14 or the 17 succeeds.
Okay.
And it does 23 radiant damage on the
Okay.
failure and half on the success.
Okay. So yeah, Larry's going to point his trunk in the cone, and like a shotgun, it's going to boom, and this like these fragments of radiant light, and like burst
so
out from
cool.
cone. And they shred the one that engaged with Magnus as they go through him like 1,000 different places, and like 1,000 like sort of burning, glowing holes through his body where he dissolves into ash. The one grappled by Olvar is similarly going to just be singed by this radiant light, and he's going to be screaming in pain, writhing in your grasp.
And meanwhile, to y'all, it just feels like, this is nice.
More peace.
Yeah, inner peace.
That devil that grappled by you, Olvar, is like, "Let me live! Let me live! I can help you! I can help you!" As we pass
stabbed him.
Meshach's turn.
No, it's still. I haven't gone yet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Fluid. It's your
Amazing,
turn.
bro.
I want
What a
to
friggin'
hit
failure.
him very hard.
I'm not gonna get to do hot sauce.
It's okay, son. I have notes. I think we can do better next time.
I don't know if this has to be a complex drill. It might just be
I-
able to do.
Does a 24 hit and a 20 hit?
Yes, it absolutely is.
I just like as he's holding the tentacles of this guy, it's kind of like his head's kind of like pulled forward for me, and then I just just attack for the neck, and that will do a total 7 plus. What's my bonus?
I assume you're doing at least 8 damage.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I can help you. You don't know what's going on.
Just
And the
I have
blade goes through his
sympathy devils.
The blood simply rolls off your body, or the head simply rolls off your body, Olvar, as you are sitting there holding a now corpse that goes limp on top of you. You are now left with a handful of tentacles as well.
Put those in a pack for later.
Clayton is gonna go up to the now dead devil and go, "That is what happens when you deal with the helmsman."
Wrong. The heroes of Helm's Hold.
Fine.
The Kenneth
I like
Kennedy
helmsman.
crew.
Helmsman's fun.
The what?
About
The
the helm-
helmsman?
I like
Hellboys?
helmsman.
I like Hellboys.
I like the idea of matching hats.
I don't.
I'm
I
not
don't wear
opposed to that.
hats.
I
I
think
think
we
that,
all
that
have
hinders my magic.
with our initials on them.
No, I really think that the helmsman is a good like it's great in
Kind of like Hellboys now, or maybe Helldivers. We really did dive down. That's kind of.
Not even kidding. I'm listening to Helldivers right now.
Maybe we could be the heroes of Helm's Hold, the Helldivers of the heroes of Helm's Hold, the heroic Helldiver heroes of Helm's Hold. What if we just combined everything that we've just been talking about?
To what?
And then call ourselves that.
The octuple H. The octuple H's.
Yeah.
H.
Or
H to the 8th.
The heroic heroes of Helldiving into
Bro,
Hell's Hold.
Helldivers goes crazy though.
Yeah, it
Helldivers
does.
I kind of
You
like.
did dive
Or
into hell.
democracy.
Really good name for the group. I'm not gonna lie.
Helldivers is pretty sick.
Would not.
like it.
I'd be okay with Helldivers.
For democracy.
Regardless.
I do have to get off in a half an hour. Just giving a heads up.
All right.
So sad.
All right.
I have 6
you guys
hours
are
to
left
give.
there. You guys are left there. 3 corpses of these bearded devils laying on the ground, weapons discarded. Dark, almost blackish red blood seeping from their wounds, pooling on the ground, adding to what appears to be an already blood-stained stone plaza.
Is Lucius? Are you still poisoned? Does he look still poisoned?
Oh,
It
yeah.
only lasts for a minute, so if it's not done yet, it'll
Okay.
Where
feel
else,
better
dude?
quickly.
We should really hide these, like, put these bodies in a better place than in the middle of the streets.
No, I'm okay with sending that message.
Okay.
So you guys
well,
look around. It's not hard to find other devilish bodies in this city as well.
okay. Alrighty.
The other thing I will say, if there was other devils, they definitely heard Larry blasting his horn. That was really loud. It says anyone with 600 feet can hear.
Oh no. Well,
Maybe they'll get PTSD from the last time he came down here.
I don't regret it, but just for context,
That's so
that's how
funny.
loud it is.
that's loud.
Yeah, you're right. We should probably get out of Dodge.
You hear the elephant blast and go shiva-doop, dabba-dap, dooba-dap, dabba-dap, da-ba-da-da.
That's the end party. Is when Larry starts accompanying you for like the like a big.
There we go.
Immediately after the battle, Olvar is like standing next to Colson with that blue like playbook out, and we're like scribbling down. Oh, maybe if we did this next time, we would. But I'm gonna go over here.
You need to find stronger opponents.
Clayton is gonna walk over to he's gonna gently look over to the woman with the 2 infants. Infants, right? Or kids?
So yeah,
whatever.
there's like 2 like young children, like 5 to 10 year olds.
I'm going to go up to them and put my shield in my back and go up to them, willing, like, if they, like, kind of like, I'm just here to help. What's going on?
What? Where did you come from?
We came from that orb. We came from where
Well, yes,
Helm's...
we saw you come from the sky. The whole city did. But where?
Yes, we came from heaven, and I bump Louise.
No.
Do the thing.
No. We came
Why?
from where Helmshold was.
You are who?
We were we're still working on a name, but something to do with Helm.
We dove down here into hell, and from up above, where there's like a big crater where this city used to be up above.
You come from the world, from Faerun?
Yes.
Yes.
And did you bring help?
We are the help.
Oh.
Hey, need some water? I take out my decanter.
You hear like magical chimes like da-da! in the background.
Yeah. That's funny.
I think that's what Larry does.
But
I think Larry was probably the most impressive one in this combat, so.
Larry.
Did you not listen to My Little Ponies?
I could have been if I got to cast Fireball.
Oh.
And what are you doing? Where are you going? What are you doing down here?
well, at the moment,
Well,
At
We
the-
had
We're
At the-
gonna take Helm's Hold and push it someplace else.
Is that-
Louis is like, yeah.
at the moment we're trying to at the moment we're just trying to figure out what's going on.
We're trying to ascertain what happened and how it happened so that we can reverse what happened and how it happened.
Oh, well, I
put
suppose I
it
might
simply.
need some help in that. My name is Harkina. Harkina Hunt. And she'll extend her hand out
shake.
to whoever's closest to her. Or shake multiple hands. She's got a longbow over her back. She's dressed in very plain clothes. She's got. These are my children. What are their names?
She says that verbally.
Maybe. Yeah.
What-
Travis and Hierna. Hierna. Oh, one's a young boy, one's a young girl.
What
They're
is
sort
her
of like
name
cowering
again?
behind your legs, looking at you guys as newcomers.
What's her name
they,
again?
they can't be more than like 5 or 6 years old, each of them. We there's not a lot of people left in this part of the city. Most of what resistance remains is at High Hall, our central castle, in the center city. We have not been able to get there safely yet. We've been hiding in cellars and taverns, eating what we can for. It must be almost 3 months now.
My
That's
is-
about right.
I'm looking for someone. My name is Clayton Quint. I'm looking for my parents. Are they here?
You're a Clint.
Yes.
I saw them maybe more than a month ago, but I haven't seen other people in weeks.
Okay. Well, could you take us to one of the places that people are, by chance?
With you, we might have a chance to make it to High Hall. There's only 2 bridges. The Tom's Blade and Tom's Reach, the 2 bridges that connect this side of the city to the other. And for those of you, both Olvar and Clayton, you guys are familiar. Like, you guys lived here. You guys are familiar. You guys have this mental map in your head. Obviously, some things have changed. Some buildings have been destroyed. Some streets have been ruined. But you guys have the rough outline of the city. Obviously, the chasm down the middle is new. But it's essentially replacing a river where it once was. And you know, the Torm's Blade and Torm's Reach are both in the northern part of the city from where you guys are. You guys can effectively have access to this map that I'm sharing here.
Are there any fires going on still, or is it like all kind of?
There are a lot of fires.
I would like to put as many of them out by shooting geysers at them as I can.
You do, but you don't even see how they start. Oftentimes, within a few minutes, you turn around. There's like a new fire where there wasn't a fire before.
Bro.
No.
Also, the fire isn't actually burning anything, but it's simply just existing there of its own accord.
For the vibes. What the heck?
For the
You
vibe.
guys are crazy. These guys are nuts.
What was the woman's name again, DM?
Harkina. Harkina. Harkina Hunt.
Harkeen.
What can you tell us about, like, as we're kind of walking or moving towards the, I'm assuming we're going to try to go to wherever, the High Hall. I would like to just ask her about kind of like how things happened.
Yeah. What particularly do you want to? How do you phrase your questions?
So I would ask, Joaquina, forgive me for asking. I know this must be terribly painful, but how did like things progress to this point? How did the city think? Do you know what happened?
Well, perhaps. I mean, crime had been on the upturn for almost a year. The crime turned to more outward violence, which turned to cults, which turned to several demons appeared. And that's when the Gilded Legion came and proceeded to kill those demons. And at first we thought they were our saviors. It took at least a month before we realized that they were simply new occupiers. They built, in the plaza we just left, they built on those plinths, they built 2 great statues. One, we didn't actually build, it simply appeared. A great black obelisk. The other, statue of a great warrior, perhaps 100 feet high. They brought it in and assembled it piece by piece. And then, perhaps 2.5 months ago, I swear.
I'm sorry. I'm doing fun.
Perhaps 2.5 months ago, the Fijirs appeared, and within 10 minutes we were dragged from this realm with chains. And now we are where we are. The obelisk is gone.
This is serious, guys. Come on.
And just as quickly as it appeared, the obelisk disappeared. And the statue itself, the warrior, it got up and walked away and climbed down the chain.
The statue.
Yes,
Well-
the statue of the great warrior they constructed.
What does this warrior look like?
It was made of stone. It had gleaming rubies for eyes. It had a great spear in its hands.
Is it still? Have you seen it after it walked away?
I could show you. It went down below. I trust you have not looked down below yet.
We have not.
Very
I'm
fun.
afraid of heights.
Well, it is not heights that will terrify you here. As you guys traverse the ruins of the city of Helmshold, I need one person to roll me a d20.
Do it.
Does it involve? Can I? Okay.
A 12? Alright. Now I also need you to roll me a d10. No. Well, it depends what you roll, actually. I need also an 8. That's hilarious.
Is it Fireball?
Pretty close. Let's see. Where is it? As you guys approach our...
Like, just freeze for you guys.
Oh
Yeah.
man, we'll never know what happened.
That's the biggest, like, cutoff. That's what we get for,
Let's fight.
For trolling him this entire session.
You look so happy.
He does look very happy. The happiest I've ever seen him.
Hello?
Hi, Blake.
Oh, sorry. We went to a rave while you were gone. Run, guys, the cops!
No more rave, 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 no more rave.
That's what Zario was
Everything's
about to do to us.
The rave is done.
So I don't know when exactly I cut out.
You were smiling.
You were
We heard
saying
nothing.
that's hilarious.
Okay, all right. As you guys are traveling up this street that sort of goes up here, the bridges are here and here. You're traveling up this road. About right there, you see in the middle of the street, you're used to seeing corpses of both devils and guardsmen and civilians all over the place. Clearly, this is a place of a lot of fighting throughout the entire city. You see what's just some sort of knight in gleaming armor, like a charred remains of a knight in untouched gleaming armor with a glorious looking silver longsword stabbed into the stone next to his body. Right in the middle of the road.
Does anyone have detect?
I don't think so.
Detect
I
what?
I don't know if I have detect magic. I feel
I
like maybe-
cast
Oh,
I cast detect magic.
I don't.
The
can
sword is
dispel
certainly
magic.
magical.
It is or is
And
not.
there-
I don't use swords.
there's something
nothing.
else in the it's got a pouch. The knight's armor has a pouch attached to it with some other magic stuff in it.
Ooh.
Okay. I walk
Yeah.
up.
Time to look, boys.
Who's looking?
I want to.
I
Alright.
want to look, dude.
Go for it, Misha.
Who all goes? I need everyone to raise their hands. Misha
raise-
and Lewis.
I'm not gonna leave
And
you
Omar.
alone.
And
I'm
Omar.
going into.
All right. I need all four of you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Oh,
Let's go.
Hey yo, that is a 23.
That is a 12.
That 23 is amateur numbers. 27.
I'm a rogue and I
Ovar,
can do sneaky stuff.
Ovar and Lewis has a D4 as well as Magnus, but I don't think you need it.
Shut
Ah.
up, Magnus, you're adopted.
I go
Okay.
from 12 to
For
14.
those of you who got below a 14, racked damage. I rolled 2 6s, a 5, and a 3. You're going to take 12. You're going to take 20 points of fire damage. Those of you who succeeded are going to take 10. As soon as you guys
Please.
step
I
close,
take 5.
as soon as you guys step close to the body, just out of the seams in the cobblestones, this spout of hellfire blast up, engulfing you. You guys are able to cross the line and get access to the body, but you each are each blasted by that fire.
When the fire blasts up, my longer hair pushes back and I look glorious. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Tickle me.
Ovar is covered in soot.
Like,
Coming
I
out
do like a
of the
Marilyn
flame.
Monroe, like.
I don't want that skirt up. Keep it down.
I learned from Seamus.
I'm imagining, like Princess Bride when they're in the swamps, and it's like,
But as you guys investigate this corpse, you have what is clearly a magical silvered longsword, a +1 silvered longsword. And in the knight's pouch is a potion of frost giant strength.
Oh,
Hmm.
I said I was going first.
Meshach has first dibs.
Do you want either of those things?
The collectibles. We can always bargain. We can always bargain. I mean, listen. Us devils are all about making contracts. This
Don't
is
put
some nice
yourself-
bargaining power.
You aren't a devil though.
Have you looked at me, kid?
You're half a devil. You're not even like.
We've been through this, Meshach.
If human blood runs through your veins, you're a human. If devil blood runs through your veins, you are a devil.
What if you have both?
Then
You're a
meets
half-breed.
it, then meets it beats. I'm a devil.
Half breed.
Mudblood.
Are you taking both things, Mishak?
I'm at least taking the potion of giant strength.
It is a frost giant strength, so I believe
Frost
it's
giant strength.
24 strength?
23.
23?
Never know when it's gonna be useful for a guy with an 8 strength.
He's trying to impress a girl.
What do you feel
Yeah.
like?
Yo. I drink it when I get back to Waterdeep, and I'm just like, yeah, it's been a while. I've been working out. So you want to go on a date?
One hour
I got
later.
this nice shiny sword. It's not the only shiny sword I have.
Hey, now, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
So
No,
Misha,
I don't want the sword.
the
But I'll
sword is-
take it anyways. I want it for bargaining power. I take both. I take both unless someone else is going to argue against it.
I don't need it.
I don't need it either.
Not
Right.
necessarily.
Silvered property
He's
too.
playing out sword now, but okay.
But I don't need
It
it.
does have the silvered property.
What is silver? What does that mean?
So it's like advantages against like shapeshifters, vampires, werewolves. It does, I believe, it does extra damage or something like that. I can't remember exactly
A
what.
new rule is that with a critical hit, it will deal an extra damage die.
And I believe it also will stop like their healing and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need it. But someone might.
You guys are standing around the body now. You guys can look out. You know that ring of fire is around you now. So if you want to get back out, you'll have advantage on the deck save.
Like burn. Is it the way we were going anyway, or is it a different direction?
Yes, you had to go north anyway. This is directly on your way.
Gotcha. I would rather not charm myself again.
Well, it's a ring. It's a ring around the body.
Can we
How
not
do you
go
feel
around
about
it? We have to go through it.
And you could, if you can fly, you can go over it, I suppose.
That would be
I
Nishak
can't.
and Magnus.
Bye.
You have that geyser of water. Perhaps we could put it out.
Well, he can certainly try. As I'm gonna try crossing the threshold and then just like geysering down into the wherever it's going at the
Okay,
same
make
time.
me a dexterity saving throw.
Also, how's everyone's health?
Just fine.
Oh,
So I
like
think
75.
Clayton took the most damage in that battle. But he's
13.
Clayton, so he's meant for
I
that.
haven't been touched.
What'd you,
I-
Backline.
Yeah. I'm fine.
what'd you roll, Thomas?
13.
13, so that's going to fail. But we're going to say,
Olvar,
since you're
8
pouring
healing.
water on it, we're going to cut the damage dice in half, and
8
scalding
healing, Olvar.
steam is going to blast up into you, and you're going to take 8 points of fire damage.
That's fair.
Nice.
Hey, could you geyser that again?
Yeah, I'm just gonna perpetually be geysering it while he tries to cross over.
All right,
Cross over.
make you a dex save, Olvar.
You accidentally
but we all have to
unplug the
cross it,
oil
right?
one.
Like everybody does.
No, it's in the center. You guys can go around it. It just rings his
Okay.
body.
Okay. I go around it. Okay, then I'm just gonna go around it.
I rolled,
Anyone
I
who
rolled a
wants-
16.
A 16? Oh yeah, you're gonna pass. You'll take half damage from 5 to 2. You'll take 2 fire damage. It's like you burnt yourself while cooking a little bit.
No
He
one
didn't
Alright.
use the hot holder when taking the apple pie out the oven.
Do you guys
I
want to
was
go?
right.
There are 2 bridges you can go to. The northern one is Torm's Reach, or excuse me, I've been saying Torm. Helm's Reach. That leads into the western part of the city, the second highest part. The lower one, Helm's Blade, leads to the center higher part of the city.
Don't we want to go to the higher part?
Probably want to go to the higher. Yeah.
Which way? We were wanting to go to where again?
We're trying to go down. This is High Hall here. You guys can
Yeah.
see my cursor, correct?
Yeah, we
How-
cannot.
the Huntka was. We were meeting somewhere, right?
I don't see a
Yes.
cursor.
Where is that at?
All right. So if you guys see the city is sort of divided into 3 sections. The side on the far right, that's the east side. That's
No.
separated
Yeah.
by this chasm. On you said the sort of part on the far west. That's the second highest part of the city. In the middle part is that raised sort of plateau. The big
Yeah.
building at the bottom of that is High Hall. This is like this center part is fortified with its own walls. It's like its own fortress within the city.
Okay,
I
so
would presume we try to take the first bridge unless we were warned otherwise.
Okay,
Hmm?
absolutely. So as you guys approach Helm's Blade, which is at the lower of the two bridges there, you guys can approach it. I assume you guys can see from a distance. It is guarded by 2 more of these bearded devils and 4 more spine devils, which are like these gargoyle looking, like these pterodactyl gargoyle looking things, a lot of spines all over them, wings. They're a bit smaller, but there's 4 of them. They sort of circle around, perched on the railings on either side of the bridge. Olvar and Clayton, I need you to make me a history check.
okay.
That will be a 21.
That is a 14.
Okay. Olvar, you remember something particular about the bridges in this city. Is that they have wards in them that if activated by a man of faith who knows the words, they can activate defenses that essentially emanate radiant light. They can only be used once, however.
I'll relay that to everyone. What do you think? We could use it now.
For what reason?
Uh,
Those are-
I think we use that to not expend our personal resources.
Is there something worse that would possibly come, though?
Well, there could be, but that is the.
It only works on the actual bridge.
Oh,
We could wait and use it another time if we want, or we could just use it now.
We use it
I don't know
now.
what the future will look like, so. Or
This-
if someone's already said it,
Well,
could have already been triggered.
is that
I was
the
gonna say I'd be surprised if it hadn't been, right?
and that's the only way to get across, correct?
Well, there's 2 bridges.
we-
You're at the southern bridge. It leads directly into the
Oh,
central
I see.
city. The northern bridge leads a little bit farther into the western side of the city.
I mean, if we want to get there right away, I guess I'll turn to Hunt, whatever the Hunt, Mrs.
Hargina.
Hunt, Hargina. Is how dangerous is the mid class
Um,
area?
the central city is where the resistance is centered. If anyone's still alive, they'd be there. And any organized resistance still exists. That is where older Oakenmind was. He was leading the resistance. That's where he was stationed.
Okay. What about the middle of the area? If we go
The
on
west-
across the other bridge.
The west city is contested. The east city here is all but fallen.
Okay. Well, if we want to go through the contested area, we go through there and maybe help out some more people there, or we take the shortcut.
It's a shortcut. It's just
They're both going to the elevated spot.
No, the other one is going
So
to.
the one's a little bit farther and a roundabout way that leads. You could go to either spot from the northern bridge.
Oh. Okay.
It just go farther north, then go across and go farther south. It's a longer, more roundabout way to the central city.
Well,
To hide.
say the words, and if it goes across, great. Then we have a shortcut, and if not, then we have to
it's
take
not
the
like
long
a
way.
shortcut. It's like it activates defenses that would attack the devils that are guarding it, right? On the bridge.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
We're just debating if we should use it now or save it for another time, or it could be more dire.
Okay, I would say save it. We have the resources now.
I say use it because
See, I should be more specific. it works like each bridge has basically a stored charge, and you don't know if the charge has already been used or not. You like Olvar was just able to tell you like each bridge is capable of doing that before it basically needs to be recharged by a powerful wizard. And there are these 2 bridges left. You don't know if either charge has been used, but it basically will do a lot of damage to anything evil on that bridge.
Okay.
You can take them.
There's a lot of stuff on that bridge, guys.
How much stuff is there?
6.
5.
2 bearded devils and 4 spine devils.
Okay.
The
Perhaps
spine devils are smaller, sort of evil gargoyle-looking things. The bearded devils, you've already fought 3 of them.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
not worried. I can take them.
do we just want to take them?
I've been
and then-
working out.
Gentlemen, I need to head off. Good luck with your decision.
Bye, Magnus.
Bye.
Agnes disappears into the darkness.
That's kind of weird, bro.
I'm healing myself using channel divinity.
I'm gonna heal myself too, unless someone else wants to heal me. But
I can heal you. I got you.
I should just use stuff that I have too.
Take 11 points of healing.
Oh, perfect. I will take that, and then I'm gonna expend a few d6s of my Azamar, or is it d6s or d4s? I forget. Or I have like an Azamar thing that does something somewhere. I'm gonna use regain 3d4.
There's a couple things that I can help out with. I can make us resistant. People have the advantage. I can give people a upper hand when it comes to that poisoned issue with the bearded devils. I can also, with us being at a distance here, we can give ourselves a little bit of a. With that horn, we can potentially knock some people off, maybe. I feel like we have the resources right now to do that. To take care of them. It may be in the future where we don't have those resources, and those might be better accounted for in the future. That's what I think.
And let's take them. Is everyone
I think we
ready?
can do it.
Okay.
I'm ready.
We should be able to.
Don't worry.
They don't know
We
that we're
can
here.
just
yet.
go appropriate.
Also, that's also true.
Give
They
a-
don't know.
Perhaps we give a surprise, delayed hot sauce. Coulson, what do you think about that?
Did we change hot sauce?
I changed it a little bit, but right now they're all in
Oh.
a group. It could be a great surprise. We could splash a few drops of hot sauce before we go in.
Okay, I can do that. I'm ready.
These guys probably resist fire, right?
I'm just thinking, surrounded by fire and people living in the fire, I wouldn't be surprised if they are resistant to that fire, no different than Meshach is.
That's fair.
Mojo's a devil.
Well,
Well, I know that I don't know if with your abilities goes on if you have mastered the art of changing damage or the elemental energy.
No.
Yeah, but
I don't know what that means.
you can use sorcerer points to, depending on your meta magic, you can change it to a different damage.
I do not. I only have
Thanks,
2 meta
tutorial.
magics.
Please access your menu button and look.
No, I don't have that meta magic.
All right.
Actually, your
As you guys are here deliberating, I need another D10 roll.
Oh gosh, I got you. 7.
7.
Fireball.
Oh, this is my favorite. All right. As you guys are
Is it
sitting here
another
talking, sort of in this square just to the southeast of this bridge, you guys can hear begin to hear the steady clip clop of hooves coming up from the south along the ravine, the chasm.
I'm
They're getting louder and louder, and you can hear the faint clanking of metal, of the distinct sound of armor clinking in the distance along with the hooves.
Do we have the ability to hide here?
There's
I'm
plenty of
gonna-
wreckage and this sort
Okay.
of stuff.
So I'm
Uh,
casting Pass Without a Trace and this hide. I hear.
Didn't know Clayton was a ranger.
It's because it's
The utility knife.
it's the Earth Genasi in me that I can give you guys.
Ah.
Yeah. I
That's
also
super nice.
I also don't cast a spell doing that. I can just use it.
I-
Ayo.
Yeah.
I realized he said Genasi, but I swear I heard that's just the Nazi in me. Wow.
Oh
That's
no.
wild.
I'll hit ya.
Them dang Nazis can't be traced.
Those damn Nazis.
Anyways,
That you what's playing through my head right now? I got the Nazis.
yeah. All right. So cast Pass Without a
Yeah.
Trace in this go.
Try hard enough.
Yeah. Clayton is hiding.
Okay, everyone roll
Should
me a
be
spell check.
posted on YouTube.
Oh, that's a 17. Ooh, that's
Want me, baby?
17. Ooh.
All right.
Plus 10 with Pass Without a Trace, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, then 24.
25.
If you're in plate armor, you have disadvantage.
I know, I did, and I got a 19 and a 17.
Great.
Bro, I got a 15 and a 19. That's crazy.
Sick. All right.
I have 36 because I rolled a nat 20.
Hey yo.
Nice.
Hey yo.
I'm really, really good at being
29.
Oh yeah, you guys are go unnoticed as this lovely looking lad turns the corner.
Larry Jr. No. Oh,
Uh,
that's
that's
so
cute.
sick.
Oh.
Oh.
fiery lance over its shoulder as this horse has got to be like a 1.5 times bigger than any war horse you've seen on
I
on the
want that
surface.
horse.
A huge muscular destrier, spiked armor with similarly a man almost looks like he's made out of plate, just sort of walking around like surveying the city almost as if he's like on a casual hunt. And the flip flops around the corner, and you guys are like huddled into some ruins, huddled in the back in the shadows. As soon as you see it, Larry is going to like shrink almost into your side, Lewis. Like, don't fight. Don't fight it.
Okay, but now I really want to fight it.
Don't fight it. I've seen those things. I've seen them kill 100 men.
Not 100 men.
And he's going to like he's going to hide behind you, Lewis, like a child.
One day I'm gonna get that horse.
You can get one however you want, Olvar.
Is that a nightmare?
Um, and the Hell Knight is simply going to pass by your field of view and continue going east into the ruins of the city.
Alright. Well, okay, are we going for it?
We should surprise them.
I agree. Before we do, let me do some things. So,
Bridge, right?
So, firstly, I'm going to cast Aura of Purity. So, as my shield emulates in the detailing of so in the picture, the detailing of protection against anything. So you have advantage. You're resistant to poison damage, and you have advantage over saving throws over any like negative condition, including poison. So yeah. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bond between myself. I guess who wants to be bonded? Myself, Colzon, and let's do Lewis again.
Gotcha.
So the three of us are bonded together. Yes.
They're all on the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Are they like in like a line in the bridge?
No, the two bearded devils are sort of like on either side in the sentry position, and the
That's
spine
fine.
devils, so they're almost like dinosaur-looking, very spiky gargoyles. They're perched at random points along the railings of the bridge, the stone walls.
With my
That's
little
fine.
book out, I lean over to Colton.
Yeah.
What about this? Look at this new one that you have.
I have a new one. I haven't looked.
Pointing
Which
at
one?
Spellfire Storm.
How close are all the creatures on the bridge to each other?
I mean, the bridge is maybe 80 feet long and 20 feet wide, so the two, there's none within like 15 feet of each other. They're pretty scattered.
Oh.
Maybe
Oh,
a
that's
spine devil
can't do
sitting
that.
next to a bearded devil. They're like talking, sort of arguing, but they're not in any close formation or anything.
Gotcha. Okay. I have. Okay, I think we should just send it.
Yeah.
I would like to unsheath my sword once more. Actually, I never really sheathed it, let's be real. And I'm going to also assume, because are we ready to go? Is there anyone that has any surprises they want to do?
I'm ready.
I think if we all have like a surprise round.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
for sure casting Major Image. Or, mirror
Yeah, you
image.
guys really have preparation. It's gonna be very. You guys, it's pretty obvious. You can't really approach this unseen. There's not like a lot of cover, like an open road leading toward it. They're gonna see you, but you guys can make preparations ahead of time.
Is there
I control
someone?
their eyes.
How far is the closest person to us?
From where you guys are, probably at least 60 feet.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I can hit someone from that range.
So could Colton.
I can make some really cool stuff in their heads.
Well, let's hit one of them, and then they'll all crowd, and then
Well,
hopefully they'll
I
merge
can
them together.
I can
for
make
you.
it I can do a 30-foot radius, so I can hit all of them.
You want to try that as the opener?
That's not,
Let's try
that's not
that for the
all of
opener.
them, is it?
They have a pretty big opener too, but we can go with Meshach.
Let's
We can
let's
go
do it with
There's-
Meshach, and then
what-
your opener, and then we'll
Colson,
go
what's
from
your
there.
opener?
Well, I can just make it so that way there's a really big not fire, but like really big storm of magic, and then it just like keeps them. No, it doesn't keep them in there. But if they're in there, then they can't cast spells really. But I
Oh,
don't know if these
sweet.
things really cast spells.
Mine
They
mine
seem
is
more like tidy people.
mine is literally getting them to be charmed and obviously and then incapacitated with the speed of 0. So it incapacitates them if they fail a wisdom saving throw. So
I think. Let me look. Let me read.
Hey,
Let me think.
My little pony.
Yeah, if they end their turn there, they'll take more damage, so that's helpful.
Let's do Meshach, and then
So you can go first.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Mhm.
okay, let's do that.
I can hit some
Um,
of the stragglers.
Okay. Well, so I'm gonna all right, okay, here we go. And I pull out my my guitar, and as I cast the spell, how many people are there in there
There are 6 total beings.
being 6? Okay, well, as they're like sitting and doing whatever they are, they begin to see images of ponies prancing around the sky, I need them all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Not a pattern baby. Let's go.
Um,
Blake, how
the
did you do this to us?
Blake,
Bearded
you did this
Devils.
to yourself, by the way.
I'm fine. I think it's hilarious. Um, the Bearded Devils are going to roll 14 and 15. The Spine Devils are going to roll. None of them are going to roll above an 11.
Ooh. At
So,
advantage?
Jeez.
Oh, you're right, with advantage. Thank you, Adam.
I'm
No.
sorry.
No, 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 no.
Man, no.
Two of them are going to roll. All right, so both the Bearded Devils are going to roll 15 plus. Two of the Spine Devils are going to roll 15 plus. The other two are still below 10.
Well, the two that are below 10 are incapacitated out the frickin' wazoo.
Okay.
But my spell save is a 15, so they pass.
I assume they don't really see, you're still doing this from the ruins from your hiding spot.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you're sort of sitting down there patrolling, sort of flitting around. Then two of them, sitting on the railing, just gonna all of a sudden twitching and looking around. They're just gonna almost like they just passed out. They're just gonna fall into sleep mode.
Yep.
They're just
They're
entranced by something.
Yeah, they're hypnotized.
Yeah,
what-
there's rainbows in their eyes. Absolutely.
As I cast hypnotic pattern.
Excellent. The other two aren't really going to notice what's going on. They're just going to see, at first, they're just going to see their friends. I assume this isn't a visible thing.
To the people who got
Yes,
charmed.
But
Yes.
to the ones who resisted it, they don't see
Yes.
anything. Okay,
Correct.
great. All right, two of them are hypnotized by rainbows.
Louis,
Well, actually,
My turn,
no,
my
no.
turn.
The pattern actually does flash for a brief moment. It says so. They did see it.
Okay, they're like, "Whoa,
Everyone saw it.
whoa." They're going to sort of grab their pole arms, look around and stuff. They're alerted. Did you see that? Yes. What was it?
Is it my turn? Is it my
Yes.
turn?
Colton,
Okay,
you can
good.
go.
I need them all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Well, the Spine Devils. None of them are going to roll above a 13 with advantage. Right. Yes, I'm rolling like crap. The Bearded Devils, they've got considerably better con. They're going to get a 14 and a 16.
Right, the 16 is the only one that passes.
Okay.
The one that gets a 16 is going to, in that moment, see one more My Little Pony flash before his eyes as I silvery barbs him. Can he make that a disadvantage?
He rolled a 7, 4, and 11. So yes, he will also.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna
me get my
I'm gonna glow a little green again. My hands are gonna glow just a little tinge of green as the shapes begin to form over my body as I'm going to swirl around my hands and I'll throw up a huge circle of magic and fire that just whoosh. But it's not actual fire, but it's just like whoosh as they're all going to take sorry. 1, 3 as they're all gonna take 19 radiant damage.
Radiant damage. Okay.
Yeah. It's that I'm excited about that. But then also, whenever they end their turn there, they will have to make the save again. And if they ever try to cast a spell within the circle, they have to make a con save. And if they fail, then the spell has no effect and it still consumes the action.
Okay. And I assume this would break them out of their hypnotism.
I don't know why it would.
What does the spell say, Dan?
If someone is shaken out of the hypnotic stuff or takes damage.
Okay.
Okay,
all
that
right.
takes
This
damage,
will
yeah.
definitely knock them out of it. But yes,
Sorry,
you will
Dan.
do 19
Oh, that
radiant
was
damage
useless.
to every single thing on the bridge. As
What if
We
we
should have
just
gone.
not-
We should have done. We should have gone in the other order.
Yes.
That's
but they are all going to just this radiant fire is going to engulf all of them. Are all going to start screaming and frantically looking around for whoever's attacking them.
So
I need. They can make
my-
a perception check.
Can I attack?
Yeah, go ahead.
So one of them that got damaged, full damage, I'm going to.
They all got full damage. Yeah.
Okay, they all got full damage. So one of them, I'm going to probably one of the not bearded ones, one of the other ones.
Spine devils.
Yep, I'm going to shoot them. I'm going to aim my shield and direct, like see some sort of light source, and then like amplify that from the shield, and then that's gonna dart forward as I cast my first damage spell, guiding bolt at that person. So that is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Awesome. And take they are taking, because this is a lot of this is quite a bit of D6, so I'm just gonna have this roll. 14 points of radiant damage.
Alright, how do you kill it?
That as it's just gonna the sun is going to raise upon them, and it's gonna glow, and they're gonna glow until they just burst.
Excellent.
Yeah.
One of the spine devils is like this demonic pterodactyl looking thing, just swells up and just blows up in a burst of radiant energy. At this point, they all have clocked the direction it's coming from. They see you, and they're gonna turn to you guys, and we're gonna roll initiative.
Again, people that are bonded. So myself, Lewis, and Colzon, you have a D4 on your initiative.
Anyone
Do
over
I know
20?
something? I haven't rolled yet. Oh, definitely not.
Anyone 15 to 20?
Yeah, 16 here.
Okay, the spine devils are going to go first with a 21.
Is that with the D4? Jaden?
Yeah, I rolled a 4 on die.
Oof.
Omar, you're going to get 11. Clayton, you're also going to get 11, so that's rollies between you guys.
Well, Colzon and I will take the average again, so we'll just be like.
Well, yeah, your average is 11.
Oh, I'm.
Well, 11 and a half. So, actually.
It's their average is literally 11.
Okay. You guys go first. You guys have a lower dex. I have a much lower dex.
All three of us go together.
No. Oops.
Fun fact about that spell: if I find a diamond, a blue star sapphire diamond worth 25,000 gold pieces, then the spell's range becomes a mile.
Nice.
Fascinating.
It affects everything within a mile.
Jeez.
That's such a cool like battlefield. Like imagine a sorcerer who has that spell and just like all the wizards are done. They're done.
They're gone. Goodbye, wizards.
Okay. The three spine devils are going to see you guys, and they're going to fly. They're going to fly towards you. You guys are about 60 feet away, but they're going to fly off the edge of the bridge and towards you to within 20 feet. And each of them is going to sort of whip their tails around, and they're almost like these. Again, they're like these dinosaur porcupine devils, and each is going to unleash a flurry of spines from their tails for a total of 6 attacks.
Wow.
At whom?
2 from each of them. We got a natural 20.
That's going to me, right?
No.
For sure.
We're gonna Cole. I assume it's you, Colson, and Meshach in the front. So you were the ones casting the spells. A natural 20 at Colson.
Boy.
A
It's okay,
17. Excuse me, a 19. A dirty 20, I suppose. At Clayton. 2 of these are gonna miss all you. And then 2 at Meshach.
You said the one at me is 20.
Dirty 20, yes.
Okay. Yeah, meets it beats.
Mishek, will a 14 hit you?
Nope.
Okay, then you only get by one attack. Great.
Well, actually, I have my mirror image up. So you roll a d6.
1.
Darn.
Okay.
Well, if it doesn't hit your AC, then you're good.
He's still getting hit by one attack.
Oh, I see.
Colson, you're going to take 16 points of piercing and fire damage combined. I suppose fire damage probably matters for you, doesn't it?
No, why would it matter?
Oh, I thought you were resistant to fire. I guess I figured it was a hobgoblin thing.
No
okay.
resistances.
You're going to take
So just-
16
you said
points
16?
of damage. Yep, as one of these
Okay.
these burning spines studs directly into your chest.
That's
and it
fine.
hurts a lot.
No, it doesn't.
Clayton, you're going to take 10 points of piercing / fire damage. And Meshach, does that hit you? Dan,
Say that again.
do you get hit? I rolled a 1 on the d6 with your mirror image.
So roll two more 6s. I forgot how mirror image works.
2 more 4s.
Okay, so one of the you hit one of the illusions.
Okay, and it will. I assume it just dissipates when it gets hit.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. So I have 2 left.
Excellent. Lewis, it is now your turn.
Yes. So, I'm going to say a little prayer. Going to be the guardian angel prayer, and then angel of God, my guardian dear. God will commit me. Yeah. And then I'm going to unfurl some angelic wings. And I'm going to. How far are these bony guys? Like these.
The spine devils are about 20 feet from you, but they're 15 feet above the ground. They're sort of flying. They're sort of.
Can I reach them with the fly speed?
Of 30 feet, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go swing. Better. And okay. Do I get a D4 on one of these or something, Adam? I forget.
Yeah,
how
you
that
get a
works.
D4 on all your to hits.
What's this from?
Bond.
Because then
Oh, just on
Beast Cleric BS, because that's obscenely strong. So the first attack will almost certainly miss because it's like a 11 to hit.
Yeah, that'll miss.
And then the second attack will probably hit. It's a 21.
That'll 100% hit.
And that'll be. Nine points of damage, and I'm going to smite it.
Yeah, you are.
I forget how this works. Oh, it's just straight up 5d8. That's kind of nuts. It expends one of my 3 spell slots or 2 spell slots or whatever. But
all right, yeah.
Where's my other d8? And that's 27 additional.
Yeah, you come up this thing and you just cleave it in half, 100%.
All right.
You fly up with those wings. You just cut one in half right across the torso diagonally.
I don't. Demons and I don't get along, or devils.
I'm not getting that impression.
What about it? Really just doesn't.
Meshach, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on one of them.
On one of the bearded or the spine devils?
Spine Devils.
Okay. There's 2 more of those still hovering in front of you.
Yep. make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. And want to know what I'm whispering? My little pony.
He's gonna
my
make.
little
It'll be a
pony.
14.
All right, great. He is going to take. Let's see what the roll is. 21.
You
Psychic
freaking kill him.
damage. In his head,
There's
you
always
my
higher.
little pony, my little pony.
You see, like, his eyes start to bleed, and he's like, "No, no!"
Blood drips out of his ears, and his head just
And-
explodes.
Just rainbow bursts.
Yeah, a rainbow does burst out of his head. I that is canon for sure. And after that, as my bonus action, I'm expending one of my bardic inspirations for each one of you 4 to gain 8 temporary hit points, and you can use your reaction to move up to your movement speed without any whatchamacallit,
That's-
opportunity attacks.
Oh, sick. I'm gonna move towards the other side. Actually, I'm gonna move directly underneath one of the last one that's flying.
Great. He's about 15 feet up. That'll get you. So the 2 bearded devils have not been able to move yet. They're still on the bridge. They're about 40 feet away from you, 60 feet away from the rest.
I'm moving 30 feet. Well, I'm gonna move about 20 feet away from towards the bearded devils. Like I want to spearhead
I'm going to my
the
dad.
You'll be able to get 30 feet away because they're 60 feet away from you right now.
That's fine. Well,
Wait,
I
you
want
wanna
to
stay
be
back or-
a little close to the group, but anyways, yeah,
Okay,
I'm
I'll
gonna
spread out.
spearhead it. That's all I care about.
You're in front, 100%.
Mhm.
Okay. Olvar and Colson, it is your turn.
Alright.
So,
Did any of the creatures end their turn in my giant circle?
The 2 bearded devils did.
Okay, then they need, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for them.
One is going to succeed with a 21. The other one is going to roll a 12.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
right.
they'll both take damage, but one will take half. That'll be 26 damage to the one that failed,
Oof.
Okay.
and 13 to the ones that succeeded.
Ooh,
Suck on that.
these things.
Great.
40-10, baby.
They are just sitting there burning
Burning.
in a holy fire.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and for my turn, I'm going to look at the one in the air, and I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Okay.
I need an intelligence saving throw.
These things are super smart. Don't worry. I think they've got -1. It's 0. He rolls a 10.
Let's go.
nice.
Okay, that fails. I heard Meshach say My Little Pony, and then I watched one's head explode. So I'm gonna go, My Little Pony.
Question
3
mark?
points of damage.
3 points.
But it
Yeah.
now has it'll subtract 1d4 from its next saving throw.
Okay.
And that
Great.
saving throw will come now as Olvar, with one free hand, shoots an arm up, and crackling lightning is going to go straight up and wrap
Yeah.
itself around. I need a strength saving throw.
These things are super strong too. Don't worry. 18 on die.
Minus
Uh,
D4.
Minus D4.
Minus D4.
Come on, 4 dice.
It is a
Five,
4. It is 14.
Yeah.
My saving throw, my save DC is 14 though.
Oh.
Sad day.
It's fine. I'm not mad.
So
Just-
wait, is this a magical effect you're putting it under?
yeah, it's lightning lure.
Yeah.
Big cantrip. Okay. Sorry, son. If I jump and then hit it, can I reach it? I don't know if I can
You
jump
can
10
make
feet.
an
Actually, I'll
athletics check. Like you're not particularly tall, and it is 15 feet in the air, so you
Yeah,
can make an athletics
that's
check,
true.
I suppose. And probably have
No.
disadvantage on that attack if you make it.
Yeah. see. All right. Can I? I guess it's 40 feet to the. Dang. I'll just use the rest of my movement to go towards the bearded devils.
Great. All right, so you'll be able
Like-
to, you'll be able to get, you'll be within 20 feet of them.
You're
Actually,
probably
I
right
would
next
use-
to me.
Excuse me. I will actually. What I'm gonna do is use my species, and I'm gonna give myself with my bonus action. I'm gonna increase my walking speed by 10 feet. So I'm going to make it to them.
So it'll only, so you're already, so you're 20 feet from them without that.
Well, I had moved. I had moved closer, right? So then.
So you were
said,
40
like,
feet. You were so the flying devils were 40 feet from them. I assume your walking speed is 30 feet. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you can make it.
I should be okay. Great. With my last attack, then I will hit one of them.
One of them looks much worse than the other.
I'll hit the worst looking one. That'll be a natural 20.
Yeah, it will.
Wait, hold on. Is this one? Can this one be the one that I? No, never mind. No, I killed that one. Never mind.
Yeah, these
Natural
are
20, so
bearded.
it's-
These are the ones on the ground, the non-flying ones.
So it's maximum damage.
Max on your
Plus-
default weapon dice, then roll on top of that.
Great. 17 plus.
Yeah, how do you kill it?
Yeah. I like look up. The lightning rod doesn't quite work the way I wanted it to pull it down. So I go, and I just like kind of like trot over the one that's still just standing there screaming, and I'm just gonna like line it up and just take the head right off.
Max, all right.
Big like peal of thunder.
As soon as you cross onto the bridge, the sounds of combat and just screams multiplied by 10 times up from below, coming from this chasm. The bridge is over.
Let's go quick, boys.
That it is now. Clayton, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to. I can't really move any further without being 30 feet away. Can I move any further without being? I want to stay within 30 feet of Lewis and Colzon. Is that? Or are they
Not-
out?
So you're 20 feet from them now, but you're also 20 feet from the bearded devil. So if you're gonna move,
It's
if you're
fine.
gonna go
You can
engage,
go.
you'd be 10 feet, you'd be 40 feet away.
Okay, I think I'm fine exactly where I'm at right now. And then I am going to I'm gonna cast I'm going to with my maul, I'm gonna keep my maul, point it straight at the other bearded devil, and I'm going to simply turn it, and this wave comes across it. I need to make it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
That'll be 2 5s on dice for 9.
Okay, it is dealt 5 points of force damage as I
Okay.
cast Ward Away, which is a new spell. Ward Away, it takes that damage, as well as its speed is halved at the start of its turn, and you can only take an action or bonus action at the not both.
That's a 6 support spell.
Yeah, it's a level 1 spell.
That's great. Great.
So yeah, that
it'll
is
be
my
the bearded
turn.
devil's- Great.
And nothing else for actually. That hold on. That's an action, right? Yeah, that's an action. Okay, I'm done with my turn.
Great. It'll be the bearded devil's turn. This last one still alive will turn towards the flying spine devil, and through its pain was like, "Go get Yael!" And I'll order that command. I'll give him that command, and then he'll turn to you, Olvar, and he will charge you and swing at you twice. With a 16 and 15 on die, so 20 and dirty 20 and 21. I assume both will hit. The glaive will be. Where's my d10s? He's going to stay 10 feet from you and use his glaive's reach. He's going to do 8 points of slashing damage to you from that. And 7 plus. And 10 points of damage to you from his beard. I need 2 Constitution saves from you.
Are they against poison?
Yes.
You have advantage
It's
on
not
both.
poison damage. It's not poison damage. It's all piercing or slashing damage.
Oh, okay, that's.
He's got to make a con save against the poison condition and something from the glaive.
Sure, you have advantage on the condition of being poisoned.
On the save against it, guys.
Correct.
All right, so make 1 con save with advantage and 1 without. You're muted.
The first one was a natural 20.
All right, so you were not poisoned.
The second one, I rolled the same. I got a 13 for both.
A 13? Okay. So with the glaive, as it splashes across you, it grabs into your flesh and tears open veins, and you can feel yourself bleeding profusely. Until you receive any sort of healing, you'll take 1d10 damage at the beginning of each of your turns.
It's but a flesh wound.
Yeah.
All right. That will be his turn. It will transition now to back to the top of the order. The last Spine Devil, he's going to hear the command of the Bearded Devil, and he's going to turn and start to fly in the direction the Hell Knight came from. Yes, Colson.
Did that creature that was attacking my father, did it end its turn in my cone?
Yes,
my
it
sphere?
did.
Con saving throw, please.
It's but a flesh wound. And then he dies.
19.
That'll pass, but it will still take. 8. Yeah, 8
8
points of radiant
after
damage.
passing.
Yeah, I already have it for you.
All right. The Spine Devil is going to use all of its movement to fly to try and. Yes, Lewis.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
You
'Cause I
do
was
get an
flying
opportunity
up there?
attack.
Yay. Does a 25 hit?
That's a 25 hits.
Good.
Can I do that on? Yeah, I guess I could. Because it's per turn. I'm gonna smite it. And it does a total of
Does it do 13 damage?
31.
Yeah,
31.
okay, yeah, you super kill it.
No, it's overkill.
It's
but I
going to
really
turn and
wanted
start to
just kill
flee,
it.
and it's going to start to yell out, Yael! Yael! And then the sword's going to come across its back. You're going to send this thing screeching into the dirt, into the ground.
Yeah.
Lewis, it is now your turn. You are 40
Okay.
feet from this last living devil. There's a bearded devil engaged with Olvar.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move a little bit closer, and seeing as I cannot get within actual range to hit it, I'll move like 15 feet towards it flying. I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
You have a D4.
Naturally. Yeah. One will miss, one will hit. They're very polarizing rolls. It was a 2 and a 16 on die for 2 attacks. And the one that hits will do 8 damage, force damage.
Okay. This last hit is going to smack into it. It is still standing, but very, very unhealthy looking.
Sweet.
Meshach, it is your turn. One single
Okay.
devil still blocks your passage on this bridge.
Yeah. One devil I don't want to use my third level spell. Oh, second level spell. But no spell slots.
Just viciously mocking.
Oh, let's just do another wisdom saving throw for him.
All right. He's gonna roll a 17.
Well, I guess this guy likes My Little Ponies, but he's still gonna take half of 17, so he's gonna take 8 psychic damage with another dissonant whispers.
That will do it. He had 7 health left, so as he's go there, he's fighting it, but the blood starts to stream from his eyes, and he falls down on his knees. A single clawed hand sort of scratches against Olvar's breastplate. Make it stop.
Lean down to him and just whisper, "My little pony."
And he will die a truly horrific death.
That's a sad way to go out.
It's so
brutal.
brutal.
Clayton at the start of his turn, I know that we're done in combat, but he's going to touch your hand, or touch the wound, Olvar, and gonna heal you for 16 points of healing, and hopefully that helps with that. It looks pretty bad, but let's hurry. It sounds like they called for others. Let's keep on going forward.
Oh, nice. For those who have used their temporary HP, you get another 14 temporary HP.
Oh, what do you know? You can also replace the other one. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yep. So 14 temp HP, guys.
Thank you.
All right. As you guys regather yourselves on the bridge, so recollect yourselves, do some healing, you step on the bridge. Harkina and her 2 children will follow you. And she'll like
I
keep.
look
Sorry.
I look over to the side.
Yes, you may.
'Cause the noise is pretty noisy.
Yeah. So I know this map make it looks like you guys are over a lake of fire. That is not the case. You guys are. You look over the side, and you can see you're at least 500 feet in the air. You've never been in a building this high. This isn't going to be exactly what you see, but I think it's pretty representative of it. But you see below you, stretched out for miles in every direction, formations and hordes and towers. As 2 armies are locked, of tens of thousands strong, are locked in a titanic struggle beneath the city. One army is departing from these hordes, this chaotic army. You can't really tell much from this high, but there are no ranks or hordes, and just these massive groups of savage fighters are embarking from these enormous, almost organic-looking ships. Because to your west, or excuse me, to your east, lies a great bloody river, perhaps hundreds of feet across. It's almost like an amphibious landing, as these great biological creature craft come up, their jaws drop and disgorge hundreds and hundreds of soldiers onto the beach as they charge headlong into organized ranks and smash into them. You can see a few larger creatures below, even from this height. See these great champions or fighters that loom above the smaller foot soldiers around them, engaging each other or in single strides, sweeping a dozen enemy combatants away. This goes on for miles both to the north and south in a continuous battle line. The sounds of the screaming and the violence reaches you even from here.
Can we get, I'm assuming we can't get a look of who are they fighting against. Like, it's just
500 feet up.
Yeah.
You could. Whoops.
Big armies, man. 2 big armies.
What the heck? Yeah, so you guys can see that from here. Do you guys, Silverus had already mentioned the blood war to you, that the devils were fighting the demons. You guys could, it's pretty obvious to you that that's what's happening directly below you.
Love that.
Cool.
Kingdom divided against itself. What do you know?
Well, actually, it's not against itself. It's the demons coming in from the abyss who come into hell to try to take over.
Yeah.
Actually, you're wrong.
They're all evil. It's whatever.
You guys are able, on the opposite side of the bridge, this entire center of the city is encased in another wall. There's a gate. Obviously one of the gates, the top half has been shattered off, but it's still, even like this at half height, it's still about 15 feet high. Looks like there's some ramshackle repairs going on behind it, but you don't see anyone actually there at the gate.
Sorry. Watch for traps.
Let's go. I'm going to perceive forward to see if I can find any, like, is there anyone, like, looking around at us? Is there that kind of thing? Like, looking to see if we're being watched.
Make a perception check.
Wonderful. I am bonded, and I'm casting guidance, so I have 2d4s.
Realize Magnus is right behind you, staring at you.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Perception 4, 8, 27, 32.
There is no one at this gate,
Okay.
but you do hear a clip, the distinct clacking of horses' hooves on cobblestone coming from behind you, faster than when you first heard them.
Okay.
Getting louder.
Alright. I'm gonna tell the group that horseman is going. We gotta go quickly. He's coming. Yep, we're gonna keep on going forward.
Yep.
Okay. You guys make it across the bridge. The gate there is in front of you. The only way in is through the shattered quadrant of the gate, about 15 feet high. You guys are each gonna have to start to climb up that or get up that however you want. Harkina and her children are following you. As you guys get to the gate, you guys can turn around and you can see, just turning that corner again, you see that same horseman. And you can see that he sees you.
We
I'm
sent
going to-
Harkina and her kid in first.
Yeah.
Up through.
Who's
I'm
helping
just
her up?
gonna-
Maybe one person ahead of them, but
I'll start giving boosts to people.
yeah.
Same.
Meshach, you have flying boots.
I do.
We can help them get over that side.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna
person.
slap my armor and activate protection from evil and good. I'm gonna keep helping everyone up
Yep.
as fast as I can.
Same.
Excellent. All right. He's about 200 feet away when he first sees you. Immediately, he spurs his horse into a gallop.
Okay.
His lance comes down.
The moment
goes
he
up
gets
first?
within 120 feet, I would like to Eldritch Blast him.
All right. Perfect.
You still have that D4.
Yes.
Who's up first? You guys
The
have to
kids.
go through the process.
Kids. Kids
Alright,
up
kids
first.
Up first. How are you getting them up?
We're boosting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're boosting them
Sure.
up.
Meshach
Alright.
is flying
Meshach, if
and
you're flying, you can
going
do that.
too, I assume.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
to where you need that frost giant strength. I don't know.
Well, those
It
two.
only takes you a few seconds to get each of the kids up this 15-foot, up to like, it's sort of like a makeshift sort of ramp was built up as some sort of makeshift battlement, up to up this gate. You guys get them up. That takes you several seconds. The Hell Knight is 160 feet away from you.
Okay.
Who's up next?
I'm going to fire at the Hell Knight as well.
It is 160 feet away.
I have to wait until it's 120. So next one up,
Yep.
Probably Colzon
I
go
think
up.
we sent Colzon, yeah.
All right, Colson. All right. He's doesn't weigh very much. You guys are able to get him up, no problem.
What
Takes
the
another
heck?
few
Hey,
seconds. The Hell
I've
Knight
been trying.
is at full speed.
Protect from the
He's
battlement.
120 feet away from you.
120.
battlement.
I'm shooting.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm shooting. This is going to be another guiding bolt. I'm going to shoot before Lucius, so he has advantage. That is going to be a dirty 20.
That will not hit.
Dirty
How
20
far
does
away did
not
you say
hit.
it was?
Okay.
120.
Well, my two blast.
120. Can
I have a 26 to hit. Does that hit?
26 will hit him.
Okay. The one of them misses too. The one that hits does 12 force damage. And I think
Okay.
we realized pretty quickly that we should get up through this gate.
Yes.
Yeah, your two Eldritch Blasts come in. One, he's got his shield up, he's in full jousting position. One glances off his shield. The other one kind of smashes against the side of his helmet, and his sort of head jerks back, but he whips it right back in, and he kicks his heels into his horse.
Clayton, get up there. Go.
Who's up next?
I'm not going.
Come on, go. We all need to go.
Olvar, go.
Can I cast a spell?
Yes. Well, yeah, you're up on
Okay.
top of the gate. Yes, you can cast.
I'm up on top. Okay, can he make a dex save?
Yes, he can.
I just gotta try, you know.
I suppose it's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he's
Does he
going
does he have advantage?
he does.
Okay, I'm gonna make him so that he does not have advantage, as I'm gonna use my feature restore balance, and he no longer has advantage.
Nice.
He is going to get a 19.
Okay, let me check. I
You're
think he'll still take
fine.
half. Okay, he'll still take half. I'm gonna cast a lightning bolt.
That's my boy.
Nice.
Of the Thunder Class.
I'm gonna use a sorcery point. I'm gonna reroll 3 of these. Okay, much better. So it'll be 28 damage, halved would be 14. So he'll take 14 lightning damage.
Okay.
Just to
I'm
try
gonna
and slow him down.
I'm gonna get ready, and I'm going to help Olvar up. You need to go next.
Why?
I'm picking someone. Picking Olvar.
So right now, Harkina's still down. So the only people up are the kids.
Martina should be up.
and
Yeah.
I asked for order. We did the kids and we did Colson.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
Send
then
Harkina
her.
up. Yeah.
Then
All right,
her.
Harkina's up next. She's a full-grown woman. I need an athletics check with advantage because presumably you guys are helping each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
DC 14 here.
I got over 14.
All right, great. She's up. The Hell Knight is 80 feet away. Who's up next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Louis.
Helping him.
Louis, you can fly. You're up, no problem.
Is it still going? It only lasts a minute.
Oh, then it's definitely not still going.
Yeah, I was like,
All right. Another athletics check with advantage. 18?
16.
16. He's up, no problem. The Hell Knight's 40 feet away. Who's up
Okay.
next?
40 feet away. I'm casting a spell. I'm casting level 1. I need a Constitution saving throw. As I
be a
cast.
natural 20.
Okay, darn. You still deal 2 points of force damage. Yeah, and that is going. And I'm gonna do that one more time. So I'm not able to help.
we're telling Harkina and her kids once they get through and over, just start running.
Mm-hmm. So
Wait.
Meshach needs to go up, right?
It's flying.
Misha can fly. He's fine.
Meshach's up. Right now, I believe we only have Olvar and
Yeah.
Clayton on the ground.
Clayton, I have you. I'm protected right now. With
I got
magic.
I'm
Can-
no, I'm refusing. I'm
go.
putting you up.
Whatever. All right.
Just
Okay.
go.
Would
Are you guys actually gonna
would
fight each other
Dimension
to
Door
get
be
it done?
helpful?
Sure.
You
I
can take more
mean,
than one
it's
person.
yeah. If
It's narrow. I should specify. It's like a narrow spot in the gate has been bashed in, like maybe 3 or 4 planks wide. So you can't like fit like 4 people in at once.
okay, I'm trying to boost. Unless
Great.
okay.
And Olvar, are you resisting, or are you like, all right, fine, I'll go?
I'll go up. Yeah.
Athletics check with advantage. It's a little higher because he's big in plate armor.
I have
While
advantage?
that's happening,
Well, presumably they're pulling him up as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. While that's happening, can I cast a spell?
Yes,
Okay. Does a 26 hit
26
for
will hit.
Witch
Yep.
Bolt? Okay, that'll be 10, 21. That'll be 27 points of lightning damage.
Ooh, all right.
As electrical energy is swirling now, I cast the chuck a lightning bolt. I chuck the witch bolt. I'm just dealing energy, lightning damage, trying to slow him down.
Athletics
So my dad
athletics
can get
is 20 plus, so I got him.
Okay. Colson is thrown up top, and the Hell Knight is upon you, Clayton.
So do I have an action before that happens?
No, you are turned around, pushing Colson up.
That's fine.
How far up is it?
15 feet.
Would you like to willingly fail something?
He rolls. All right, I guess you're immune to crits anyways. But I rolled a natural 20.
That's fine.
So you're gonna get hit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank God you got that armor. On his first attack, so
That's
he's
so
got a
good.
flaming lance. On his first attack, he's gonna do. Let me find my dice.
That temp HP might be clutch.
Where the heck? 9, 18.
I heard a message. Did someone message me? No. Okay, that's fine.
Don't die. That's my message.
I won't die.
His first attack is going to do 50 points of piercing and fire damage.
Okay.
As a lance, it stabs into the back of your plate, and it smashes you into the wall. And you can hear it. You can feel it smashes a hole in your plate. And you can feel this burning hot lance burning into your back.
Okay.
He's going to tear it out. And he's going to make 2 more attacks.
Okay. Is this all one turn?
This is all one turn.
Okay.
He roll he's going to hit you 2 more times for sure. He's going to roll a 22 and a 28 to hit.
Both hit.
And these will be less damage because he didn't get the charge on them. He's going to roll 13, and I'm just rolling like crap. 15, 20 damage on his second attack.
Okay.
You're still up?
For now.
Wow.
21, 26 damage on the second attack.
I'm out.
So altogether, 96 points of damage to you.
Yep, I'm out.
I was gonna say, I figured.
He's smashing you from behind, pins you into the wall, tears it out, and then 2 more brutal thrusts down into the ground. Have Clayton bleeding out on the ground.
Okay. As he goes down, he's gonna say, St. Martin, guide me. And that'll be